Hey, what's good, people? Whether it's an earbud at work, in between class, while you're working out, or sitting on your ass, I want to welcome you to the CharlieGtv Podcast. And we have a hell of a show lined up here for you today, all right? It is September 8th, and it's getting a little muggy, something like that, but it's the start of the Lions season. So shout out the Lions playing their first game today. And one of the Detroit's real happy about it. Welcome everybody on YouTube. You guys out there, remember to like and subscribe. I'm dropping pod damn near every week, and giving y'all clips every single day. You know what I mean? We got a lot to get into today. We talk about the music industry. We talk a little bit about Detroit. You know what I mean? And maybe some online dating talk and a whole lot of other things, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into all of that, I have to introduce the very, very cool guest that we have on here today. She is a Detroit native. She's a model. She's a wonderful singer and songwriter, as well as an inspiring actor. I'd like to introduce the multi-talented, the beautiful Lyneé. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Welcome. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you very much.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So we start every podcast with what we call the Watch This Week. You know what I mean? Where it could be a TV show, an anime, a movie, a funny guy on Instagram. Just what came across your consciousness this week that you want to recommend and relate to the people?
So I recently started rewatching Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter? Yes, that's one of my favorites. That's like one of my top 5 animes.
Yes, I watched it. I've only seen it once. I started watching anime like in 2020.
Okay,
so I'm new to this, not true to it, okay? And that was one of the first ones I watched. The first one I watched was freaking, Netflix. 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah,
7 Deadly
that's
Sins
another
was
good
the
one.
first one I watched, and then I watched Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm feeling real. Let's throw it back. Let's run it back.
Yeah,
let's rewatch this again.
Hunter x Hunter was too damn good. You know what I mean? One of my favorite arcs in there was with the one with the ants when he's playing that game with the girl like that.
It's similar to chess, but it wasn't chess. It was some little in their world. They had, but it was really cool. I think my favorite arc is probably actually the game when they were in what was it called? Something Island, Greed Island. Greed Island.
Yeah, the tournament one. Yeah, that was a really good one. That's a great series. That's highly recommended. Hunter x Hunter, go watch it. I'm very, very pissed at how it ended because it ended where it's like, where's the next season? What? It's not even like.
They dropping another season.
They are? You're lying.
Another season.
You're lying.
My friend just sent it to me earlier.
Are they like restarting from the beginning or are they continuing?
I think they're continuing.
Oh my God.
They're continuing.
Listen, I'm about to lose whatever time they drop. I got to be there because Hunter x Hunter is like.
It's fire.
It really is. It's at that level. If you don't know
about it, you got to go check it out.
For real. And shout out 7 Deadly Sins too. A shout out 7 because
it's really good. It was my first one. It's a very good starter anime. Like, see if you fill it out. Really get into animes. It's a good starter.
I've watched a good amount of animes, and I still say 7 Deadly Sins has like one of the illest scenes ever. My personal favorite scene is like there's this scene where I think his name is Eleanor. It's like the sin that rises with the sun. You know what I mean? So he was fighting this guy that was like doing this darkness thing. And it was just so dope because he was like, your darkness blasphemy. Like, who decided that? Who decided that? You know what I mean? He was just talking his shit.
But once that light came up.
Yeah, when the light came up, because it was like no one could fight him if you had any malice in your heart. But he was just feeling pity for him. He was kicking his butt. Oh man! Shout out to the prideful lion, man. He's a motherfucker, dog. He's one of the dopest scenes ever, man. You gotta watch that show. Great taste in anime. Great taste. I respect it. My watch this week. Oh man. I didn't really watch no TV. I ain't really watch. What have I seen? All right. I'll give it up to the Lions then. All right. Why don't you guys go watch the Lions because their season is about to start right now. And if I wasn't doing this, I'd be heavily involved in Lions game. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, after this, I'm probably going to go try to get some street interviews if I can, capture some of that energy happening downtown. You know what I mean? So I highly recommend it. You know what I mean? The Lions is going off. NFL season is starting.
And they had a good season last season.
They did.
They had an amazing season.
Yo, the electricity in because I'm not even from Detroit for real. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it was hard not to feel that energy in the city.
Because it was thriving. You couldn't.
Yeah.
You can't contain that.
I'm telling you, I swear, I bet violence was down. I bet crime was down during that playoffs. Everyone was just hopeful, like, yo, we about to do it finally. You know what I mean? It sucked when it had ended, man. But it was a time to be in Detroit. Man. I'll tell you right now, the Lions doing good. Detroit hit different. I'm telling you.
Yeah, my friend in the car we was talking about because we was coming down here and the Lions game was going on, and I'm not a big football person. I'm not gonna act like I am, y'all. But my mom is, and she's like a die-hard Lions fan.
Yeah.
Die-hard.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm like, yeah, the season's starting. Did they get any new players? Is it the same players? Because I know they did pretty well last year. So, like, if they keep the same players, they might be able to go a little further.
Yeah.
She said they got some better players this year, some new wide receivers or something. She said in the car. I don't know. I think so. Some new wide receivers or something. So I'm excited to see what they do, even though I'm not really too invested.
Yeah.
But I'm still support.
Yeah, of course.
It's the city. I got to.
It's the city. You got to support. You know what I mean? I would say you're very soft spoken. I had to adjust the volume a couple
times. I sound
like
you're like, yeah. Y'all know that girl off? Y'all ever seen Pitch Perfect? Mm-hmm. That little girl that don't say nothing.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah. You're very soft spoken, but you have quite a voice to say here on the track. And I mean, we're gonna get into that a little later. The next one I have up for you here is I feel bad about it because I only got to film one of them. You know what I mean? And I've been to several growing up in Brooklyn or whatever, but they shut down block parties to a degree because some things happen. So now you got to get them sanctioned and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I've been to one block party out here and I got to film it, and it was a fun time and nothing crazy happened. Yeah. But the cops did shut that one down too. Of course. You know what I mean? But yeah, what have been your experience with block parties growing up?
Block parties growing up, we used to have them pretty often actually in the city. There's always something to do in the city. If y'all don't know, if you're not from here, come visit. It's amazing. Yeah. But in my experience with block parties, I've always had a good time. I don't think I've really ever been to a block party that's been bad, if that makes sense. Yeah. I did go to a block party about a year or two ago, and it was on the news. These kids stole a school bus. They was at the block party. They ran into somebody's car. They backed into the car on the street. And we was like, are these kids in the school? I said, all right, y'all. Y'all doing a bit too much.
They stole a school bus.
They stole a school bus.
Man, what is it with y'all with buses? Because I just seen a video go viral recently where they was twerking all on the bus. You know what I mean? The bus was stopped. I don't know what was going on.
It was here too.
Yeah.
I did see that online.
I just seen that, yeah. That's I don't know what's with y'all on buses.
You know,
D-Dot
said they turning up.
For real, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's so funny, you know what I mean? But this city got a lot of spirit. I love it, you know what I mean? It's a shame that the block parties are shut down because, you know.
There are really good ones.
They're good ones.
There are some that are bad, but the ones that are bad outweigh the good because you can't.
They make the news. Yeah. That's why. You know what I mean?
You can't determine whether it's going to go one way or the other.
You never know. You know what I mean? I know these are my other question. So, what was it like for you growing up? Did you have a lot of brothers and sisters, or the single parents? You know what I mean? What was it like?
Half and half, a little bit of both. So, I'm my mom's only kid. So, me and my mom lived here. My dad lived here until I was like in 6th grade. But on my dad's side of the family, there is 5 of us. Okay. I'm the middle child. Have an older brother, an older sister, and 2 younger brothers. Okay. I actually have a brother that's 16 days younger than me. Wow. And so, me and him are kind of like closer than the rest of us because we kind of grew up closer together.
Makes sense.
But one of my sisters is from Arkansas. Well, my sister is from Arkansas, and then all my brothers are from here and live here.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's dope. You know what I mean?
My mom, like I said, lives with her for the most part. My dad moved when I was in 6th grade to Texas, and
to Texas.
He moved out of the state. And then actually, I got a really, really solid, good friend, like a sister. I don't even call her my friend. That's my sister. Out of it, him and his girlfriend moved to Texas, and his girlfriend's daughter were like actually the one that brought me here today. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's the best. All right. So that sounds like a good support system, even though it's a lot of moving around, but you still had your people with you.
Yeah, I still have my people. My family, I have a huge family, though, in general. I have a pretty large family. And I love them to death. Like, I don't know what I would do without them.
Yeah, you need your family. You need
always.
That. You know what I mean? So who did you look up to growing up, and maybe as a kid, maybe now? Like, who are some of your role models you think?
Like, are you famous people or like in my family, just in general?
Well, in general, because sometimes some celebrities have a bigger impact, or sometimes it's like the auntie you really loved and emulated. You know what I mean? So
I have a few.
All right.
I have a few. Like I said, I love my family. I have amazing examples in my family, and I thank God for that. And I'd say my mom is definitely one of them. I have a cousin. Her name is Dara. She inspires me completely. She's a business owner. She does a lot. I love her so much. And my auntie Key, I love her. Like, we're one and the same almost. Like, when she was a kid. Like, when I was younger, I was scared of her. But when I got into high school and whatnot, we became really, really close. That's my confidant, basically. Right. If you
that's dope. That's dope. So what? All right, I respect that because your family is the most closest to you, the most relatable to your experience. So that's the healthiest role models to have for real, if you ask me. You know what I mean? But what celebrities would you say you're a fan of?
Okay. See, that's hard because I'm a fan of a lot of people.
Right.
Who would I say has inspired me the most? One of my favorite artists in general, Jennifer Hudson.
Okay.
Love her.
All right.
Amazing actress, amazing singer. One of my favorite movies is Dreamgirls.
I was going to say, I fell in love with her with Dreamgirls. Dreamgirls is when I fell in love with Jennifer Hudson. I ain't going to lie to you.
I love.
I ain't going.
Okay, listen. And when I tell you,
I
when
wish
that
I could have a girl feel like that. God damn.
that song that came on before that,
yeah.
when it was like, Effie, please stop excusing me.
Yeah.
As soon as that come on, it's action. Yeah. Nothing else. Ooh, my bad. Yeah. Nothing else. It's just complete action, and I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm both all parts. I'm this one, and that one. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I did the whole song.
I love it. Shout out to Dreamgirls, man. Dreamgirls, like, I don't know, it really stuck with me. I swear I only watched it maybe twice, but some of those songs, you know what I mean? So, it's like, so I love it. Like, I love the Dreamgirls. Really, I should watch it again. That's another great recommendation.
You should.
Yeah, for real.
You should.
And she was singing her ass off, Jennifer Hudson.
She was. Beyonce and Listen, amazing.
Yeah, that's another thing. Some of my favorite Beyonce before was low key in that
era.
Because she was like really singing. You
she
know
was.
what I mean? Like
she
not
was.
like pop Beyonce singing. Like she was like really had to lay down some vocals for real.
She
you know
was.
what I mean? So,
I think more so because she was now standalone.
Yeah.
You gotta really I can stand on my own. I don't need to be with other people to be who I am.
Exactly.
So
I don't feel like I get a lot of that from Beyonce. It's like I don't know why but I respected her a lot singing in that role. You know what I mean? I really did. You know what I mean? Because one of the debates I always bring up, I always ask people because they be acting like Bloods and Crips online. I'd be like, Beyonce or Jasmine Sullivan. You know what I mean? So
I'm a Jazzy Sully girl. I love me some Jasmine Sullivan, but I have nothing against Beyonce.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't put the two together. To me, because I feel like Jasmine Sullivan is a powerhouse of a singer. I think, Beyonce can sing her behind her. She definitely can sing. But Jasmine Sullivan,
she be singing.
She be singing.
She
don't sing, she sang.
Yeah.
And she coming soon, and I hope I'm going. I don't care.
Yeah, what you call it, Jasmine Sullivan. To me, honestly, regardless of the fact that Beyonce has more commercial success and more album sales, the girls, blah, blah, blah. She's Beyonce, I understand. But me as a person who appreciates vocalists and appreciates singing, you know what I mean? Jasmine Sullivan is easily the better vocalist. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's easy choice. And that really what I'll be asking with that, like, which one do you respect more, the star power or the real talent for real?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Jasmine Sullivan got that talent. She be
raw
singing,
talent.
For
raw
real.
talent. Started off with raw talent.
Yeah.
You see videos from when she was younger. Powerhouse when she was 10. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, she been like that. She been like that. You know what I mean? The reason why I respect it a lot is because as far as I classify myself right now, I still can't sing for real, but I know that I've made a lot of progress over the last year with literally practicing singing every day. You know what I mean?
I tell everyone that everybody can be a singer. Yeah. You can learn to sing. A lot of people like, I can't sing. Like, I have a cousin. I love her so much. Her name is Kristen. Every time I see her, it's like, can you teach me how to sing? And I'm like, if you practice, you can get it, girl. Yeah. It's practice. It's vocal training.
You have to practice because there be melodies I have in my head that I want to take on the thing, and then I try to sing it, and then I mess up because my ability to create melodies in my head versus be able to execute them is two different things. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel about dancing. I can't really dance. Like, if you teach me a dance, I can do a dance. But
can you hustle?
I can hustle. I can't hustle. I love hustling.
I hate Detroit for that, bro. I swear I could dance before I moved to Detroit. With this fucking hustling shit, I'm gonna sit my black ass down.
My aunt, she was the hustle queen for us when we were younger, and she taught us all of the hustles. When I say all of them, okay, y'all? You're from Detroit, you gotta know how to hustle.
Yeah, for real.
I have a friend from Texas, and I hate when she call them line dances.
Oh,
they're hustles.
The hustles, yeah. They're hustles. I ain't... That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, but nah, that's like why I still say soda. I'm standing on it. I ain't with the pop game. Listen, I'm repping New York. This is soda. We know that. Anyway, I know I'm outnumbered. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's soda. It's soda. It's not pop. It's soda.
At least, can we collectively agree, soda pop is not an answer?
No.
Okay.
Soda pop is not an answer.
As long as we stand on that same playing field, we're fine.
Yeah. I ain't never.
I can't get mad at you for calling it soda, but people who say soda pop,
I don't know what's wrong with
pick a side.
Yeah. You need to pick a side. That's funny. What you call it? But yeah, I like I said, yeah, practice singing. If you really want to sing, you can practice it. You will get better at it. You know what I mean? For me, it was a little difficult to find vocalists that I was more of a fan of because my register is like a deeper voice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at a lot of hip hop, just singing today, really, it's a lot of like mid to higher tones. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When I want to look for guys like that sing like more like me, I got to go back to like a Marvin Gaye's era type shit. You know what I mean? Or maybe some guys in the even in the 90s got a little light. You know what I mean? Which is why to me the songs that I sound best singing to me, which is crazy, is Christmas songs. You know what I mean?
They have more of that. They have a deeper sound.
Yeah.
They typically have a deeper tone.
When you think of
I can agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I never thought about that.
I sing Christmas songs very well.
Christmas songs do have.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Christmas
crazy. I never thought about
because
that.
when I think of Christmas songs, a lot of the performers, whether it's, Nat King Cole or it's even Elvis or almost anyone that you listen to, there's a deeper voice. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
Like it's a...
Or have yourself... They start off low.
Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? So I sing Christmas songs very well. I'm going to release a Christmas album before I die, but bet on that. Bet on that. Because number one, it can make you money forever. If you release a good Christmas album and they fuck with at least one song on there, you're going to end up getting a check.
Perfect example, Mariah Carey.
You already know. All I want is because she getting a check every day.
My best friend the other day was like, she was like, she's unthawing. I said, first of all, we still got fall to get through. Let me have my season, okay?
Yeah, for real. You already know. She coming. She coming like a hurricane. She coming. That's her season. Know what I mean? What'd you call it? So who were you in high school?
Who was I?
Yeah.
In high school? I was the bubbly, energetic, running around kid. Like, I was friends with everybody. I'm a very friendly person, a very happy person. Positive. Like, I've always been that way.
I love that.
And that's what I was in every little group. I was over here with the choir kids. I was over here with the athletics.
Were you in a choir at all?
I was in the choir. I played softball. Really?
I wish I was in a choir. My voice would probably be 10 times better.
I think it helped a lot. I started off singing as a kid in church choirs. Wow. And I learned to sing by mimicking what I heard.
Yeah.
So she play a key, Miss Pat, love Miss Pat, love you so much if you ever see this. She would play the key and match it.
Yep.
And I'd be like, okay, cool, matching. And we just match what she played.
Yeah.
I got to high school, and I went to Renaissance my first year, moved to Ferndale my second, and that's when I took choir. And my choir teacher, Miss Schroeder, shout out to Miss Schroeder. I love her so much. When I say some of the best people I know, Miss Schroeder, I love you, and I appreciate you. Miss Schroeder, she was like, we need to get you out of this concert choir class, and we need to move you on up to bel canto.
Yeah.
So we need you to learn how to read music because I didn't know how to read music. I never read music before, which is insane because my dad is in the band, my brother's in the band, my sister's in the band.
A band?
Well, not in like a band, but marching band.
Okay.
So when I was younger, my dad used to take us to marching band practices, and I want to go be with the majorettes, and my brother would go
like one band, one sound,
basically. Okay. And so I from there learned how to read music, switched to bel canto.
I used to know how to read music back in the day.
Really?
Because they used to make me learn how to learn the recorder and stuff.
Yep.
Hot cross buns. I started with the, you know what I mean?
So in that case, I did know how to read music. Yeah. I did know how to read music, but not. I was looking at this like this is a foreign language now. I can play an instrument,
but singing to reading music, that's
it's
different.
A little different. That's different. It's a lot different.
That's different.
It's a lot different. And I didn't think I could do it at first. When I first got into class, I went to my mom and was like, "Ma, I don't know about all this. I don't know." And she was like, "You got it. Just take your time." I learned it in the first semester. First semester, moved on up to bel canto.
I respect it.
History.
That's really dope. One of my favorite movies of all time has to be Sister Act 2. You know what I mean? With the, I don't know if you've ever seen it.
For this, I've never seen it.
Why? Why?
I've seen it, though.
How you know of it though?
I know of it, of course.
Why
Joyful.
Come on, no, you're not allowed to stop it. Like, you ain't seen the movie.
I ain't never seen the movie though.
Why?
I don't know. I'm a creature of habit. I'm not gonna lie. I watch the same things over and over. I just started rewatching
Hunter x Hunter, like you said. Yeah.
It takes, like, I get super high anxiety sometimes when it comes to shows and movies, and it be stressing me out, and I just want to know what's going to happen next. I'm the type of person, you take me to the movies, and something starts stressing me out, I'm going to Google it.
Oh,
and I'm going to continue to watch the movie.
Yeah, I know someone like that. That's so funny. Like, I'd be watching the show, and they would be looking something. I'd be on their phone. I'm like, why are you not watching the show? It's like, I'm looking up what happened. Like, well, just watch the show.
No,
but
it's going to stress me out. It's going to stress me out. I'm going to be sitting there like, no.
That's so funny.
Too much for me. I don't want it.
So funny. But yeah, Sister Act is one of my best movies, one of my favorite movies, because there's a scene where, because one of the things that I used to struggle with, I still struggle with a little bit, but less than I used to, was like I could sing good, like quietly to a degree, but like singing like projecting singing, like took a while for me to either get the confidence and know how to control and try to do that. You know what I mean? And there was a scene, Whoopi Goldberg, where she was this guy. She was her lead singer. She was like, repel me. You know what I mean? He was like, enjoy it. That ain't gonna repel nobody. You know what I mean? Like, make me feel that. You know what I mean? So he had to learn to push. You know what I mean? Learn to push the voice. You know what I mean? And I think about that a lot when I sing. Like, you gotta say it with your chest.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I definitely understand. I feel similar. Like, I'm a soft-spoken person.
Yeah,
I'm very soft-spoken, and so when I sing, I typically sing softer, and because of that, I struggle when I sing louder. I lose my voice. I start losing my voice.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I'm currently trying to figure out and work on, because like one of my big, I just said Jennifer Hudson. Yeah. Jasmine Sullivan is like one of my like extremely favorite artists, one of the best vocalists of this generation. Yeah. And I can't be trying to belt notes and losing her voice afterwards.
For real.
Like, she can't talk.
Another vocalist I appreciate, even though, I get a lot of hate for this, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I like her first two albums so much that I know a lot of them by heart. So a lot of times when I think I could sing in my head, I try to sing one of her songs like how she sings it, and it like puts me in my place a little bit, and I try, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna hate me for it. A lot of people say I should say Jill Scott. I respect Jill Scott, but the artist that I sing the most when I'm testing my singing skills to see where it's at is Adele. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at that.
A lot of like Hometown, like Cold Shoulder. There's so many songs I know by Adele for real. You know what I mean? That I do sing some of her songs when I'm trying to see, because she do a lot of up and down a lot. You know what I mean? There's a lot of vocal control in that. You know what I mean? So, and I admire that. You know what I mean? So as much as I like staying in my range, like
you gotta be able to do
a little more.
That's how
you know what I mean?
That's how you make your range stronger, though.
Yeah. So
definitely.
I do a lot.
Adele is not a bad option, though. Adele does have a lot of songs where there's the highs, the lows, and very quickly sometimes. Yeah. And because they're so quick, you have to break it down. It gives you that time to really hear where you're not meeting.
Like her Daydreamer song, you know what I mean? You can find him. They trying to get that, like, and then sitting there. I ain't gonna do it, but I'm just saying, trying to match that, like. He said, hey, like, hold on. I mean, fucking, like, shit, she be working it. I'm like, hold on, let me try to. It's not easy, you know what I'm saying? But I respect her as a vocalist as well, you know what I mean? So, did you ever, you said you was with multiple groups in
high school.
You know, which I respect. I can relate to that experience as well. I was on a football team for most of my, besides the senior year, and I was on a volleyball team. I danced salsa for 2 years, you know what I mean? And
you said salsa?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's the salsa dance. My homies used to make fun of me. At first, it started with detention, because at one point, salsa class was after school, and I was like the detention. But they sent me to detention one day, and I liked the salsa. Because number one, what I always used to tell my friends is, I'm not dancing with men.
Yeah,
you know
right.
I mean? I'm dancing with other women. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I used to like salsa dance. And that ass got good at it a little bit. I performed on stage and all that. When they see me on stage performing with shorties and doing all of that, you know what I mean?
Then it was like, oh, you.
Yeah. Yeah,
of course they go a kiki.
Yeah, right. And one thing that attracted me to salsa and kept me in it really was like the fact that Spanish culture is very masculine and feminine. Their whole language is la,
low,
it's very masculine and feminine. So when it comes to salsa dancing, there's no question about it. The man leads the dance.
Right.
You know what I mean? And two great salsa dancers, a woman that's a really good salsa dancer and a man that's a really good salsa dancer. They could have never met each other in their entire lives. If they dance together and they both know salsa, it's going to look like they was dancing partners forever. You know what I mean? Because there's certain cues and things when you like push against her back or you change your hand from this to two, like, you trying to turn her. Like, I was learning all the cues. So I was literally moving these women around the dance floor. They're taking and I'm doing what I want with them because they understand the cues in salsa dance. So it's like, it really allows you to lead. Like, you put that hand at the back, you know what I mean? It was really dope. I really appreciate it.
That's cool. I had a Spanish high school teacher.
Yeah.
He was a salsa dancer. He used to go to salsa dancing classes after school and whatnot. And he used to talk about salsa dancing. And so I find it intriguing because I always, like I said, I didn't say this. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a dancer.
You want to be a dancer?
I wanted to go to dance school. My mom's friend's kids was in dance school. And I wanted to go so bad.
Yeah.
Never learned how to dance though, y'all.
But at least you can hustle. I can't hustle for nothing, dog. I got rhythm. I know I can dance.
You can't even. What's the easy?
I can't do none of
You
them.
You can do the wobble. You gotta be able to do the wobble.
If it's a wobble, yeah, but like, it be steps.
They be jumping. This is jump, move, okay? Back, move to the right, to the left.
I could do the one with the black guy be telling me what to do. Take it back now, y'all. I could do that. I could do that all day. You heard me? You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. A wobble is simple. It's very simple.
I had enough of y'all Detroiters. I'm sorry. I had one or two people try to teach me. It's a simple one, and it'd be like dead ass. Like
No. You got to learn the wobble.
All right.
I'm teaching him the wobble after this. He gonna know how to do the wobble, y'all. I promise.
You gonna.
It's simple. Either the wobble or I feel like basic ballroom. If you can salsa, you could do a basic ballroom.
I got a dude that's like that's one of my great homies, Dion. Man, he like 6 feet tall, maybe more, and he's a big guy. But let me tell you, he's the smoothest big man ballroom I've ever seen in my life. He be hitting that shit like nothing. Like he was born doing it, man. I'd be like, damn.
Because he basically was.
He inspired me though, man. I was like, if he could do it, but I know I could do it one day. You know what I mean?
It's easy.
And there's such a thing at every party. I've never been to a party in Detroit where that didn't have a club.
Because it's a part of the culture.
It is. It really is. It really. I was like, when did y'all all get together and practice? Y'all all part of the Temptations. What the fuck is going on here? I was like,
part of the Temptations. Everybody hands come down and say,
for real. Like I didn't understand what was going on there. You know. Another thing I did in high school that I had tried to mention before, to probably but like I said, my entire junior year of high school. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, every day, and even off of high school, like I had friends on the block. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, man, talking to people every day in the accent, bruv. You know what I mean? Like my friends and everyone. I had people, oi, man, he's not really from there, you understand? But people that actually met me when I was doing that, they believed me, man. You know what I mean? Because I actually met people that were from there, you get me? And I was like, oi, man, if I was one of you lot, you know what I mean, chumming up in a pub and all that, trying to have a pint and all that, you get me? Would you fucking point me out? Oi, man, he's a fucking yank, ain't one of us, is he? You know what I mean? We'd be like, oi, man, he's one of us, come on for a bit, you know what I mean? So I was talking to people, having whole conversations and all of that, and they honestly believed me for whatever reason.
See, I'm not that good.
No.
My accent isn't that good. You have the words and everything. I don't have the words. I still say American words when I speak in this accent.
Yeah.
But certainly, like I told him earlier, I went to a fashion show yesterday. Actually, I was in a fashion show yesterday. And I just randomly switched into my British accent. And the lady was like, Are you British? I was like, no, I'm not British. I just randomly just switch over to the British accent.
Yeah, I love that. That. Yeah, man. It's really fun. You know, I'm not really a drug dealer, to be honest.
Do you know you sound like right now?
What?
It's this podcast, the light-skinned dude and the dark-skinned dude, and they both British or something. I don't know what the podcast is called. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody knows
those two.
They be on Facebook. I just be scrolling on Facebook, and they be popping up all the time.
I can't think of who it is, but all I was going to say is that when I did do it, I had people... First of all, I had to stop senior year because I had people that actually believe I was from London. I'm going to tell them I was from London, but I had to stop it because I didn't want you graduating actually thinking I'm actually from there because I'm not. So
randomly we'll see you on the street.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Stop it. Like,
what happened to your accent?
What's going on there, bro? You're full of it, innit? You know what I mean? So,
walking with somebody that only heard you ever speaking an American accent.
Yeah.
When the hell did you just?
And then I had my friends that really knew me. They were like, "Oi, man, all I've heard is London all fucking week. Can you just stop for a moment and let me know that you're still in there? Let me know you still exist." And then I would stop. I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm still here now." I mean, I'd be like, "No, man, you lost it. You don't sound American anymore. You fucking lost it." So I think that I did mess up my Brooklyn accent just a bit doing it for so long. But I did have a bit of fun with it, you know what I mean? And I'm not a drug dealer, as I said, but there was a moment where I was doing a bit of that, just a bit, you know what I mean? Just to live in for a man, just doing a little bit. And when I did, I used the accent because I figured, "Oi, man, we're looking for a British man, not me." You know what I mean?
That'd be smart. That's
I'm
he telling y'all something.
I'm a style. Yeah. If I ever do so, I'll probably go and switch the accents on just so they looking for a different guy. Like, "Hey, it wasn't me. Yeah, hey, come on."
If you can do a good accent, y'all take notes.
And I've never
got y'all pens.
And I've never, besides my prom date, you know what I mean, which I never did anything with to a degree because I feel like it was wrong. I've never used it on women to be like, or just
cool point.
Just go off the boat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could you show me around a bit? You know what I mean? Like pretending I'm really from London. You get me? Like really just like I'm a foreigner.
You know what I mean? Really like he has the words and everything.
I'm telling you, man.
It's the lingo.
Conversation. I promise you that they'll really believe me. You understand? But I don't do it because I know that it's wrong. Like Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility. You understand?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do that. Because imagine that. And I'm chatting her up and all that. You know what I mean? I shag her off and all that. And I wake up like, "Hey, I appreciate you, man. See you later." Like, "Hey."
Did you just?
But I'll be honest though.
Say it again, and then you're gonna say it in a British accent, and they're gonna act like they crazy.
But I ain't gonna lie, the older I get, the looser I'm getting on that rule. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't done it yet, but yeah, I can't promise in the future that somebody gonna be like, "I thought he was from." hey, you know what I mean? We all gotta use what we got. You know what I'm saying? So the next one I got for you is what was your favorite sport to play or watch?
Softball. I'm a softball player.
You played softball?
I played softball all my life. T-ball, coach pitch, into softball.
Was you pitching or was you hitting?
I'm both.
Both? Oh, you about
both.
that life. Okay.
I'm about that life.
All right.
My dad was a coach.
Okay.
And so I started off playing actually basketball and T-ball at the time, you know. But I stopped playing basketball when my dad moved because he was still my coach at the time. Okay. My dad had already passed me off for baseball, softball to a different coach, Coach K, and I paid for the PAL leagues, and because he worked for the rec centers. My dad used to work for the rec centers.
That's dope.
I used to get those abilities to try different sports. I wanted to play football.
Relax, chill.
And he told me no.
Yeah.
Because if a boy tackled me, he's got to kill him. And I was like, okay, but it's flag football. They still be, I don't care. I want to play football. You wanted to make the movie with Keke Palmer, the long shot.
Yeah.
He always, because I had a strong arm, he always wanted, Keke Palmer in the long shot, da-da-da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. Then let me play the sport.
Yeah.
You want to key and talk about it, but you won't let me do it.
Nah.
But softball always has been my favorite. And I don't know if it's because I started when I was a kid, but certainly, my first love, I miss it so much. My car was stolen 2 years ago, and all my softball stuff was in my car. And so I'm very,
damn, Detroit.
salty.
Yeah.
Actually, remember I was saying I used to work in this area?
Yeah.
It's over here.
Damn. All right. See, that's why I got a private parking lot right now. Get my
No. Not over here, but further.
Further, yeah.
Yeah, but just.
In the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
On that side. This side is the more chiller and up kept side, you know.
It was over.
When I catch y'all, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky, it's okay.
So you answered this other question kind of with the choir thing. I was going to ask you when you first started doing music, but that was more when you first started singing in the choir and stuff. When did you first sort of think want to be an artist? You know what I mean? Start trying to really make music. You was doing choir, but when did you start actually trying to make music?
So in 2022, I went to see Kehlani, and all my life.
Toxic. Sorry, guys. Continue.
Toxic? Did you just call my wife toxic?
Is that the one that was good, bad for you? Is that the one? I'm thinking of another one.
Good, bad for you. No.
That's another one?
Yes.
Most of the singers are
Kehlani.
toxic. You're a little toxic too, but I'm going to look at that later. But go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Toxic? We going to beat these allegations, okay? But my wife, Kehlani, I went to see her of August of 22. Yeah. And the date actually just passed, because obviously just passed, but when I bought the ticket, it's about to be a whole story, okay? Get ready. All right. So me and my friends were supposed to go, me and two of my friends. And I was watching the tickets. I found 3 tickets in the front. Like I said, it's my wife. and I was going to be front and center, okay? And I was watching these tickets. Tickets went down to 2 tickets. The price went up. Me and my friends, we was always off. One person didn't have the money, or 2 people didn't have the money, and one person did. So we never all had it at the same time. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm going to keep watching the tickets. The tickets went down to only 1 ticket left. Tickets were originally like $200 and something for the seat. Plus taxes, $300 something. Found the ticket, was 1 ticket. I was staring at it. It was $110. Plus tax, probably like $120, $130.
That's doable.
I said, oh, I'm buying this ticket right now. I don't care if I got to go by myself. I'm going. I'm going to see my wife. And so I bought the ticket, and I was telling my coworker at the time, I was like, she going to put me on the stage. Didn't tell me nothing. She going to put me on the stage. Every time I talked about the concert, day of the concert, went, and I went by myself. I was kind of nervous. First concert I went to by myself. I go to a lot of concerts. I'm a concert goer. I love concerts, music festivals. It's my thing.
I don't blame you.
And so I went to this concert by myself, and I'm sitting there, and she pulling people on the stage. And the whole time in my head, I'm like, she's going to put me on the stage. She's going to put me on the stage. Ain't happened yet, but she's going to put me on the stage. I ain't care. Can't tell me nothing. I'm getting pulled on the stage. She put me on the stage.
She did?
Put me on the stage. And getting up there, I was up there, and, you know, people typically like, oh, my God, I'm my favorite artist, da-da-da-da-da. It was a moment of, like, not to be dramatic, but to be dramatic. Like, everything felt slowed down. Like, I was up there, and it was like, this is where you're supposed to be. Like, you've been running away from it all your life. Because when I was a kid, I was told, not from, like, family members, but from people in school, like the teachers and stuff, when I was making my plan for life, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a singer. That's not realistic. You got to pick a realistic job. Yeah. So, it wasn't a realistic job, so I never really tried it. Yeah. So, that day, I said, I'm going to do music. Don't know how, don't know when. I was working 2 jobs at the time. I was going to one job, waking up at 6, had to be there like 7-something, 6:37 something. Go to work, get off, go to my second job from 5 until 12 o'clock in the morning. Wake up, do it all over again.
I feel you on that.
And so I didn't have time. It was like, where am I going to get this time to do music? I don't know. About a week after the concert, my coworker had been gone. We had an hour lunch break, so we went to brunch at this place, and we were talking, and I was like telling her about the concert, how she pulled me on the stage, and that I wanted to do music. Didn't have the time to do music, don't know how I'm going to do it, but, you know, God worked in mysterious ways, things happen. Same day, I got fired.
Wow.
Same day I got fired. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, about 2 weeks later, 2-3 weeks later, I met a person, Zay, shout out to Zay, got me in the studio. Like, we was on the phone, we was talking, we were running a business idea by me, and I was cleaning up, and I was walking around singing, just da-da-da-da. Tell people all the time, I'm like, yeah, I sing. But they don't think I can sing the way that I can sing. And so he's like, oh, you can sing. And I'm like, yeah, I told you I sing. Yeah. It's like, no, but like people say they sing, but you can sing. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, you should come to the studio tomorrow, da-da-da. And heard so many people, oh, you should come to the studio. Or the next studio session I'm doing, I'm going to bring you with me. Nothing ever happens. And so it just, you know, it is what it is. Move
guys
on.
be talking shit.
And so I was like, okay, cool. I had a job interview the same day, kept picking my classes, went to the studio, and the rest was just the way it went. Did a year of research. I started dropping music. Well, I've only have one song out at the moment. But I dropped my first song in April of this year.
Oh, dope.
So I took a year, did some research, because I don't like to be fooled, okay? I'm going to do my research. Y'all ain't going to manipulate me. And so.
I respect that. I respect that. Yeah. All right. I love that. I love that journey. You know what I mean? A lot of times, I don't know what it be with God. I ran through that too a couple of times. There's been a couple of times where, like, I've invited somebody on my podcast. You know what I mean? I'll be like, oh, yeah, I want to have a podcast episode with you. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, cool. And then they go to my Instagram and they see like or something. Like, they see like it's a real podcast. And they'd be like, oh, nah, they get cold because they'd be like, I guess they was used to people like just saying that and not really even having a pod or not following up or not actually trying to schedule a date. You know what I mean? And but then they bumped into me. I was like, nah, this about to happen. It's about to happen.
This is a real life.
Nah, I'm not.
It's not for fake. It's not for play. This is real life.
She was like, oh, well, I don't really got. All of a sudden, nah, you just said you, but you ain't think I was for real though. You ain't think it was really gonna happen.
I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a nervous person. I'm a nervous Nancy. I'd be like, I'm not really good in front of cameras most of the time, but I've been trying to get better. And so, like right now, I feel like I'm doing okay.
You're doing great. You're doing
good.
great.
I ain't getting too shy.
Talking your shit. You know what I mean? But I always got the liquid courage on deck for every podcast because it doesn't hurt. You know,
it don't hurt. It helps.
Sometimes
actually.
I need it too. A little relax. Sometimes I need it too. You know what I mean? So I don't blame it. I'm mad at it at all. You know what I mean? So I love that. What you call it? All right. So now we're getting into the See It Straight record. You know what I mean? And let me say for the record, you sound very nice on the record.
Thank you.
I liked your singing and performance on the record. You know what I mean? At the end of the record, I honestly listened to it easily, like 7-10 times, easily. You know what I mean? But I wanted more somehow.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted more. You know what I mean? It's always good to leave them wanting more than that. You know what I mean? But I want to. So, first question I have for you about the record is, was the record inspired by something you experienced?
I feel like when I write music, it's a little bit of my experiences, my friends' experiences. I read a lot of books. I'm a book girly. I'm a book girl. I love books. So just things that I've seen, things that I've heard, things that I've read, just using all of it to incorporate like what makes a story.
Yeah.
Whether it be I took this lyric from a piece of my life or whether I took this from something somebody else told me about or a life lesson that I learned didn't necessarily have to do with a particular person, but more so that I learned on my own or something, you know? Yeah. So
he was sounding hurt on that call. Or now I'm just I feel now you ain't really care. You ain't care.
And you know what's funny? I wrote this song. I was with someone at the time. He's like, "Did you write this song about me?"
Yeah, of course you go.
No, I did it. We're still together. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah.
My bad. Appreciate you. A lot of equipment here, thousands of dollars. But yeah.
Okay. And I'm clumsy, so we moved it out of my reach.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But that's funny as hell. Yeah, I respect that. You know what I mean? Because I was listening to it and I was like, man, homie gonna be tight. And he like, you know what I mean? You know he's gonna be so. All right. So another question I have for you: who do you think leaves relationships more or files for divorce more, men or women?
Women.
What made you say that so fast?
Because I feel like women tend to be more emotional. And me personally, I ain't even gonna lie. Me personally, I could be like, everything's fine one day, and some days I just be like,
Damn.
I don't want to be here anymore. But it just, is it me? Am I the problem or is it you? Are you the problem? I don't know. So I be taking a step back. I'm gonna mind my business over here for a second, but that ain't my problem.
I feel you.
But I think women definitely do. I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so because I feel most of the time when a man picks a person, they pick a person. They pick a person like that's like I'm stay right here and we gonna fix this. We gonna work on whatever the case may be. But majority of the time, women be like, if you're not doing this, and this, hit the road. Like,
right?
So
be like that.
Stay with me.
Women. All right, I respect that. I will say I'll make 2 points about that. One, I believe that when it comes to loyalty in general or believing in ideals or principles. See, men, I feel like because men have been the people that have had to go to war for the majority of the human race, you know what I mean? We have to believe principles and ideals enough to want to fight and die for it. You know what I mean? Which is something that a lot of women haven't necessarily had to have that on their psyche. You know what I mean? So when it comes to principles, things you're willing to die, things you're willing to fight, like men... Like the loyalty to certain things runs deeper with men, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
And that makes sense.
You know what I mean? And but also just saying statistically, statistics say that 70% of divorces are filed by women, and when it comes to black women, it goes to 80%. And if she's educated and has a higher degree, then it's even higher percentage chance that she's going to file for divorce. You know what I mean? So. The statistics say, who's filing for divorce is definitely women, 100%.
But. Just because they're filing does not mean they're the problem.
Not necessarily. I agree with that, too, because you have a lot of guys that'll try to have their cake and eat it too. Sometimes they don't want to leave the relationship. They like her being the wife, but they're still chasing tail left and right or doing this and that on the side. And she's like, well, you might be taking care of the house and paying the bills, but this isn't making me happy because of his infidelity and certain things. You know what I mean? So then she decides to end it, even though he didn't end it because of how he was operating in the relationship. It sort of ended the relationship before, so he was just trying to keep it. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of those situations, as well as domestic violence situations, which she has to exit. You know what I mean? But still, overall, women be leaving relationships. Women be out of there. You know, women be like, nah,
they do.
Women be out of there. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
When women check out, they check out. Once they done, they done.
Yeah. You know, that's that song by R. Kelly, When a Woman's Fed Up.
Okay.
No matter how you beg.
Okay.
Ain't nothing you can. That's a hard song.
It is a whole song. I'm into zodiacs, not big into zodiacs, but I am into zodiacs just a little bit.
No. What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
You a Libra?
I'm a Libra.
Like Lil Wayne. You weigh the scales. People hate my sign. So what do they say about your sign? What do they say?
They say they were liars, and I like to say that I'm not a liar. Thank you. I was as a kid. I will say that I was a liar as a kid. But now, what the heck I got to lie to anybody for? Nothing. I'm grown. What you gonna do? Beat me up?
Yeah.
So I ain't lying no more. But they say we liars. They say we're really friendly, which I think is true. We're like very friendly, driven. Very driven. Like a lot of Libra, I will say, there's not a lot of famous Libras, but there are. When the famous Libras, they're famous, if that makes sense. Yeah. They make a name for themselves. Yeah. Actually, shout out and RIP to my dude, Rich Homie Quan, my birthday twin.
Yeah.
He was a Libra, my birthday twin. But
yeah.
Libras, they
I
be
respect
big.
that.
Will Smith, Doja Cat, like they make big names for themselves.
They do.
Cardi B, they make huge names for themselves because they're driven. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be one of the best to do it.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Is the mentality, and so
my sign is very hated. I honestly rarely say what my sign is because I know most times it's a weak point. You know what I mean? My sign is, like I said, one of those. You can lift it up a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah. But my sign is one of the most talked shit about signs in existence.
I'm intrigued
you know
to find
what I mean? But my sign, let me tell you something. We're known as the communicators of the zodiacs. You know what I'm saying? We are very creative. You know what I mean? And we are prolific communicators for good or for bad. You know what I mean?
Before you say what you are, I'm guessing in my head what you.
Guess first.
Oh, you want to have me guess?
Yeah. Because just let me tell you something. Okay. It's one of the top 2, if not the first. It's got to be top 3 hated on signs. Yeah. So just think of the sign. People would be like, they.
I already got my answer in my head.
Manipulative, whatever.
Oh, whoa.
No, not manipulative, but just.
So what do they? Okay. So without telling me your sign, what do they say?
The number one accusation we get is two-faced, but that's just because our ability to inhabit the duality of life. So, what would you say?
He wasn't what I thought he was. He's a Gemini.
Yes,
but
they hate me. They hate me.
I thought he was finna say a crybaby Cancer.
Nah.
And I was about No, but I mess with Geminis. Yeah. I love Geminis. We're air signs. Very cool.
Yeah.
Love Geminis. My mom's a Gemini.
Yeah.
One of my closest friends, she's a Gemini. I love her. I love Geminis. Geminis are cool. I feel like they are a little cuckoo.
But look, our list is crazy though. Listen, let me just let you know real quick. Just a couple off the top. We got Biggie and Tupac, but we also have Kanye and Donald Trump. But we got Kendrick Lamar. But we got the voice of God. We got Morgan Freeman. All right?
The voice of God.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? We are, if nothing else, prolific communicators, for regardless of whatever side we do. And I have been told many times that I do have a good podcasting voice. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For better or worse. You know what I mean? So I do, in some ways, inhabit that communicator side. I am a freestyler. I freestyle rap all the time. That's what I do. One of the things I love, you know what I mean? I freestyle off the top. You know what I mean? So my ability to communicate, articulate myself, my fluidity with the linguistics is like at a level where I am representing the Geminis very well, I feel like. You know what I mean? But we are hated upon so much.
I will say that you guys do get a lot of hate.
We get so much hate.
They do get a lot of hate. And I don't think it's deserved.
But
I just think they
Donald Trump. Of course y'all hate. But we Biggie and
controversial people. They do bring very controversial opinions about things. And so I do understand why. But I ain't got nothing against a Gemini. Gemini ain't never did nothing wrong to me.
Good.
I mean, I live with one. So, I mean, it's a little different. But I have no ill, like.
All right. I respect that. I could live with that. You know what I mean? So which one keeps looking up their ex more after they're done dating? Do you think men or women?
As a woman, I'm going to have to say women. Because I'm in a group chat, y'all, okay? I'm in a group chat and I'm getting the phone calls. I can't stop thinking about him. Girl, I made a fake page and
oh my God, my ex used to make. I told her she should go work for AT&T. When I blocked her one time, she called me from 3 different numbers. I blocked her and she made different. She emailed me. She emailed me.
Let me tell you something. I'm not okay. It's not me. But I feel like maybe we all come wired with the thought processes that come with it of like, okay, I can do this, and this, or I can do it this way. Very resourceful. I like to say, my friends all laugh at me because the way how quickly I look up things. Mm-hmm. Like, quick. Mm-hmm. Like, my friend's like, oh, we was watching one of my other favorite movies is Burlesque, okay? Love that movie down.
All right.
And she was talking about, I want to see one of these in person. It was like she hadn't been watching the show. Or she had never seen a movie for real. And we had watched it. And she was like, I want to see one of these shows. And like, I wonder if they still do these type of shows. And like, Burlesque.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's one next week. Wow. She was like, I said that 5 seconds ago, Dominique. How did you just find simple, bro?
Yeah.
Quick. FBI. Might as well.
Listen, Cam has said it in the interview, and I agree. He said that the CIA and the FBI need to look about hiring black women because if there's they are natural detectives, dog. They will get to the bottom of whatever.
They're going to see a foot in the corner and they're going to say that foot belongs to this person because they wore these shoes on this day at this time. They posted about this at this time. And you see this in the background of his picture is a picture here and this look in the same background.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
It's insane.
The detective work women is crazy. You know what I mean?
You gotta do what you gotta do, though.
I'm telling you, because I thought my ex was done with me, bro. She had a whole nother nigga. They had broke up or whatever. They had whatever.
Nope.
Come to find out, and I ain't gonna lie, it was type toxic. So I knew they had.
You called me toxic, but he
I ain't that toxic. But we was together for like 5-6 years, dog. You know what I mean? That's a long time. That's a long relationship, right? But I broke up with her, whatever. I left it because it wasn't. I had to leave it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, she was with a new nigga. You know what I mean? For like 6-7 months or something like that. And I was like, all right. And then they broke up. I'm a bad person for celebrating the breakup. I'm a bad person.
Celebrated the breakup? Celebrated the breakup?
I was like, fuck out of here.
He went in and had a drink.
That's terrible, right?
Said shots on me, you all, they broke up.
And of course, I leveled up the toxicity by, again, texting her the moment I knew they broke up. And come to find out, the problem was I talked a little bit of shit in my stories because there was a little bit of thing where it was before I had hit her up to. It was whatever. It was like I said something like, ever since I left my ex, I've been doing nothing but elevation, which is true. I did nothing but doing better. I got my own place. I got my everything better car. Everything's better now. You know what I mean?
Text me after posting some shit.
and then
I thought you were doing better.
Yeah, whatever. And then she said, "Oh, I was being fake because she seen the story or whatever." So she was like, and I was like, "Where's she watching the story?" And I looked at the screenshot she sent me. I was like, "This no name account follow me." Like, where's you? Like, oh, you got me blocked, but you made some other shit to come follow me to come keep track.
Or they use their friend's phone.
Yeah.
I'm spilling secrets. Let me shut up. I mean, I feel like sometimes guys just don't really be thinking that far. They just be simple thought. Boom.
Yeah.
That's just it. Nah, let me see your phone real quick.
Yeah.
Can I see your phone so I can do something on Instagram? Here you go.
Looking up homie.
I had a coworker and she used to take my phone and she'd be like, "Can I use your phone?" And so he blocked me on TikTok. "Can I use your phone so I can go on TikTok? Da-da-da."
Wow.
Amen.
Wow.
Here you go. They're not my problem.
Crazy.
That's just not my problem. It's not my problem.
Yeah, I do feel like women look up more because the thing is, if women exit relationships more than men, that means that the reason for the relationship ending most times it's on the women, right? So it's them trying to see if they made the right choice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Reason with themselves.
Yeah, because like, all right, you left homie alone. You would but how is homie doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did he
do better? Did he
come up? You know what I mean? Because the other thing is like, if he instantly starts doing way better than when y'all left, then on some degree you gotta feel like it's your fault holding him back. I don't know. I think about that.
Okay, so I'd say half and half. Partial. I feel like sometimes it takes for people to lose people to realize I need to do better for myself. Mm-hmm. I feel like sometimes it takes people to drop dead weight to do better for themselves.
Yeah.
So it depends on what the nature of the situation is.
Yeah.
But as far as when women go back and look, it's like, okay, like, is he doing, like, me personally, if I go look at my ex's page or something like that, I care about people. People call me cold-hearted all the time because I'm not very emotional. I don't express myself very well. And that's why I like music. That's why I got into music, too. That's another, I can say that for that answer that you asked me before. Why I got into music. I struggle to express myself. And so, but there's a song for everything. And so that's why.
I express myself a lot in music, but go ahead.
Yeah, but if I go look, it's like, okay, like, are you doing okay? Are you okay? Like, are you doing better? Are you meeting your goals? Like, type of time and not.
Yeah.
And he had a new girlfriend. Most people are. That's not me.
Yeah,
that's not me. But they do be. He got a new girl. She uglier than me. Look at her.
Yeah.
Like, you know how people they like updated and this is her picture.
Yeah, right.
On Instagram and stuff. But
yeah, that's another thing too. I ain't gonna lie, I did that. Like when I looked at homie that she was with, I was like, this nigga ain't fucking with me. This nigga don't got the vision, the sophistication. This nigga ain't nothing compared to me for real. This nigga, that made me happy. Look, I was like, oh, you with this nigga? Okay, and he younger than me. Listen, men build value as we get. We age like wine for real. Men get like I ain't even reached my prime yet. My prime is still like 2 years from now for real.
Sure.
Now, I just turned 30. You know, but the truth is, for real, like men build value and women gotta preserve their value. But that's another crazy. I'm gonna say that for later. You know what I mean? Because it's the inverse. It's the inverse kind of. You know what I mean? Because women are born with value. If you're a beautiful woman, you are born with it. Marilyn Monroe said, "A beautiful woman and a man with $1 million is like the same thing."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because a beautiful woman can
get dang near everything she wants in the world
for real,
easily.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I always tell 18-year-old guys. I'm like, listen, you 18 right now, right? And the shorter you dealing with is 18, 19. You know what I mean? And you going through, she's stressing you out. I understand that. You know what I mean? But I'm like, look. You got to see the future. It's called Father Time for a reason. And Mother Nature. Nature is nature. Mother Nature is born that way. So her value at 18 compared to your value at 18 as a man,
it's different.
It's different because we're seeing purity. We're seeing lack of trauma to have to do with it. You know, we're seeing the ability to teach her things and guide her in certain ways. You know what I mean? We're more attracted to that situation. But if you fast forward 10 years, you at 30 versus her at 30. Two different things. See a woman at 30 now, you know what I mean, versus a guy at 30. See a guy at 30, he's been surviving. He knows how to provide for himself. Probably, you know, he's way more confident in himself. Yeah. He's established certain things. You know what I'm saying? Versus a woman at 30, her most beautiful years are behind her. Her eggs, according to science, are 80, 90% done. You know what I mean? Her fertility's in question after 5 years. Is 35 is geriatric pregnancy. So a man at 30 and a woman at 30 are two different things. You know what I mean? And it never closes the gap. After that, men continuously increase that gap. Like a man at 40, a woman at 40, two different things. You know what I mean? Like, so I always tell guys, listen, if she's with you, she's with you. If not, just focus on you to build your value. You know what I'm saying? But I just said that to say, you know, it's rough. It's rough for both sides, really. You know, in modern day. You know what I mean? But another question I had for you is that, yeah, this is getting down to. So yeah, I'm telling you, I listened to the song, right?
Okay.
So you said one of the lines I wanted to bring up was, "He'll put his life on the line for me."
Right hand on looking all life.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the next. I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
All right, but he'll put his life on the line for me. Is that something you expect from your man? That's your man.
Not necessarily. I feel like. I don't think it's a necessity per se, but I feel like that was an extreme, if that makes sense. It rhymed, it made sense. It was an extreme.
Yeah.
But protection, sure.
Yeah.
Die? Would I die for you? See, that's when the question, if I would die for you, then I want you to die for me. But
what I always say is that equality doesn't mean identical.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So are women and men equally valuable in the continuation of the human race? Yes. Is the way that they serve the human race identical?
No.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So a woman's commitment to a man versus a man's commitment to a woman are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So to me, as a guy, I'm not looking for no woman to like necessarily like die for me. That's not like because really in my mind, I know whatever, I'm old school, I don't care. To me, in my mind, a man's place is between the world and his woman, right? So whatever the world's throwing at it, like bills, violence, whatever it is, he's supposed to stand in between the world and his woman so that his woman has to feel the least amount of that pressure from the world possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it is a man's, protection is a man's job in a relationship. You know what I mean? So he does have to, that's why I say men leave relationships far less because, all right, how you feel about this? This ain't on the document. But how you feel about this? So men and women have different powers. So what I say is this: women control access to sex.
Mm-hmm.
Men control access to marriage and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when a men start relationships, a woman might ask, "What are we?" But at the end of the day, she's not going to propose. She can't start the relationship. A man has to start that relationship.
Nowadays, she might.
She might, but
you might find one that might.
But that's crazy.
That's
crazy.
insane.
That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
That's not because feminism.
But you might find one that might.
Feminism has a line. You know what I mean? Because it's like women can do everything men can do. Yeah, I agree with that. But will they be happy doing it? You know what? That's a different question. Why you say it like that? Men can do everything a woman can do. Because they love saying that, but they only do it when it like.
When it benefits
them. Exactly. Because they never ask why there's a ladies' night but not a man's night. They never ask why when a man's in a VIP, he's a VIP. And when a woman's in the VIP section, she's just maybe just a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. They allow you pass the road because you're pretty. You know what I'm saying? So men and women's access to higher level is just different. You know what I mean? So when a man says, in my opinion, when a man says, yo, I want you to be my girl. I want you to be my woman. You know what I mean? He's saying he's willing to protect you. He's willing to provide for you.
Right.
And what I always say, he's willing to take responsibility for almost every aspect of your existence. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. How you eat, how you dress, how you appear, because as they say, a woman is a reflection of the man. You know what I mean? So if you truly internalize that, and you understand every bit of her exists is a reflection, is how you're able to support her and help guide her, and that's on you. You know what I mean? So a man saying, you're going to be my girl, he's really saying a lot versus a woman being like, I guess I'll accept your protection. I'll accept your resources. I guess I'll accept your lifestyle that you have to offer me. You know what I mean? Like she's like, I'll accept it versus like, all right, maybe I got to do a little couple duty things, but really the commitment is way more from the guy than the woman, which is why guys are. So one of the questions I said, willing to put your life on the line for you. To me, yes. If you're telling a girl that that's your woman, protection is your job. Yeah. So, yes, you should be willing to put your life on the line for the woman. But what I have to say is this. When you're the president of the United States of America, right? Secret Service is their job, is protection. So even if you're president of the United States of America, you have to be directed in order to be protected. Right. The Secret Service wants to know what you're doing, where you're doing it, what time. You know, why? Because protection is their job. Right. And they can't be responsible for protecting a situation they can't control.
Or they can't locate.
They can't control. You know what I mean? So,
that's a good point.
Yeah. So when I look at women and be like, all right, so if protection is my job, then I have to have a certain amount of control over the situation. Because some of those rules and things that I said, that Secret Service would said, is for the protection. You know what I mean? But some women want protection with no direction, and that doesn't exist. You know, you're asking the guy to...
Protection with no direction. Y'all heard that right?
I'm just saying.
Protection with no direction. Y'all need to write that down.
I'm just saying.
Are y'all taking notes?
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. The other thing is this. All right. I have this here, right? So... I listened to the song a few times, and I have to say I didn't hear a single line about what you do for your man. You know, and no lines about cooking for him, cleaning up for him, no lines about the sex life he gonna miss out on. The only lines is almost like he gonna miss out on the responsibility of having to take, like some niggas doing that better. But at the same time, like, there's no lines about what you was doing for him. What do you say to that?
What do I say to that? Okay, this is one song, right?
That's all I had.
No, I know that's fine. No, that's fine. Because it leads me into next thing. So I'm working on an EP. It's a part of an EP.
Okay.
So it's a part of a story, if you will. So it's gonna make sense. But as a singular song, it doesn't make much sense. I don't talk about much. It's more so like, okay, this is over.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
Stop calling me.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was rough. Like, what you want? I was like,
hello. Like, what do you want? Why you still calling me?
Terrible.
Leave me alone.
Terrible position for a guy to be in, but yeah. I was listening to that and I was like, man, one of the last greatest songs ever released for men, for real. For real, if men being honest, one of the last best songs ever released for us was by Beyonce with the Cater to You song. That was the last.
She ate.
That was the last bit of that. We ain't getting nothing in that lane since. I'm telling you. You know what I mean?
Well,
not that I could think of. Nah, it's all. Nah, I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but that Cater to You song, that was the last one.
So the problem is, I think you're wrong, but I can't pinpoint the song.
Yeah, because after that, we got to eat the booty like groceries. We got to...
No. There are songs. Like when I say there's a song for everything, there are songs that may not be as mainstream, but they exist. And so now I am really trying to rack my brain through the catalog of songs that I know.
So all niggas ain't shit. It's all
no, it's not.
So he better do the most or it's over.
No, it's not. There's some lovey-dovey girls out there. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but they don't make records. All right. So.
They don't. And that's the thing. See, another thing in the music industry right now, I would say rap is probably the biggest scene for people. Well, no, actually, it's actually transitioning. I will say R&B is making a comeback right now. Definitely making a comeback. And so with that, I think we'll start seeing more of what we are not hearing because everything is generally mainstream. Unless you find some random person to be like, oh, I like this artist, and you find the song.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear it other than that.
Not mainstream for real. You know what I mean?
And so it's not mainstream. The mainstream stuff we hear is F niggas, they don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Forget them. Yeah. Kick them to the curb.
Yeah, type shit. You know what I mean? Another question I have here is, did you always want to be a singer? Did you ever consider rapping?
I can't rap.
You can't? So you're a way better singer than a rapper.
I cannot rap. For the longest said I couldn't write either. I said I couldn't write. And so when I went to the studio that day, the first time I went to the studio, I'm like, I can't write. Like, I ain't got nothing to come to the studio with. What do you mean come to the studio and do what? Sit there, look stupid? No. And he was like, just come. Just go. I said, okay. Taught me a process. I used to write poems all the time, but never could fit them to like make sense in the music aspect. But I can write. Yeah. And that changed the game for me. Yeah. Changed the game. When I found out, I said, oh dang, I can actually write some stuff.
But I give singers a pass for that when I would give rappers no pass. Because in my mind, number one, traditionally looking at the genre, singers have been singing songs that other people have written forever. You know what I mean? Because in my mind, when you're a singer, the talent that you're presenting is your ability to sing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your ability to perform whatever lyrics or whatever. But as a rapper, the talent that you're presenting is your ability to be a wordsmith, to put the words together. You know what I mean? This is why I always got an asterisk next to Drake. I call him the sixth guy, too, because you can't be in my top five. He number 6, though. Strong 6. Very strong 6.
I'm having deja vu like a mug right now.
Wow, why you say that?
Wait.
Because Drake can't be in my top 5 because of that ghostwriting. I'm sorry.
I didn't know where I was in the dream. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know. But you saying that, I heard the same exact thing. And I was like, I had a dream about this. I didn't know what I was dreaming about. But, hey, well,
we here, right? Yeah, Drake is the sixth god, you know what I mean? But that rappers got to write their own bars.
They do.
Number one, when I ask people what they like about most rappers, like, oh, I feel like he living the shit he rapping about. That's one of the most people, the authenticity. How can you be living something that you're not rapping? What would you say to that?
No, like, I think I think people, like you said, like when people say that, they're living that don't have nothing to do with it. It's how do they sound? One of my favorite artists is Chance the Rapper. That's I call him my husband. That's my husband. Coming. And nobody ever really does because his new music. A lot of people are like his new music is trash. Da, da, da. It was different. It was different for him. It was more so about what he was going through. It's about a time in his life, his marriage, and that's what it was.
I like this like Hot Shower, the one that album was on with the thing. Yeah.
It was like okay,
that's my shit.
But Chance the Rapper, J. Cole, No Name Gypsy. I like a lot of Chicago artists. I do for some reason. Okay. I do like a lot of Chicago artists. But they all, when they rap, they have messages, and they make it sound good. Their lyrics, their rhyming, the schemes, it's amazing. Yeah. And I think that's why they're my favorites, some of my favorites, because of their lyrics, the way that they write, the way that they rhyme, the way that they make it all fit together. Mm-hmm. I think that's important. Yeah. It's not about, are they really talking about something they're going through? Because who said they had to talk about something they were going through? Exactly. Or something that they do on a regular? Mm-hmm. Who said they couldn't use their platform to speak for other people?
Exactly. I respect that. I see that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but like I said, I always give an action to Drake. Even though, I'm a big Drake fan, low key. Like I've listened to Come Winter, The City, the Dreams, Closer to My Dreams. You know what I mean? All back old Drake. I'm one of the people that I used to watch Degrassi. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now I seen Drake when he was in the wheelchair, fucking with Ashley. You know what I mean? Doing his first time I saw Drake rap, it was on the wheelchair, the little talent show on the show. You know what I'm
stuff. Saying? That's real life. Degrassi was my show. I'm not gonna.
It goes there.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna hate Drake. I don't hate Drake. I love Drake. I'm not gonna say that either. I feel like a lot of his songs sound the same. Controversial opinion, but
he also has a good amount of variety. But
and I don't listen to a lot of his music though, so I can't. That's why I say from what's popular, some of it sounds the same to me. Mm-hmm. And which is fine. A lot of music, if they use the same basic chords, so of course, they might sound a little similar. Mm-hmm. But Drake, he's okay. He's a good artist. I'm not gonna say he's a bad artist.
He's a great artist.
He does what he does. He does it well, and that's why he is where he is.
But you got a bit of a machine behind him. With the ghostwriting thing, it kind of, like I said, as a rapper, you're supposed to be writing your book. But I'll be a lie though. As a rapper and an artist myself, when I do my thing, whatever. The two artists that I probably think, I'll give you three. The three artists I think of the most when I'm in the studio is for sure Jay-Z, Drake, and Kanye. You know what I mean? With a soft fourth being J. Cole. That's what I'm writing though. Okay. When I'm writing, because J. Cole to me is one of the best rappers ever.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So when I think about schemes and how delivering shit, like I think about J. Cole, like, J. Cole doing this beat. J. Cole would do. I think about that sometimes, and sometimes with my variety, because I give Drake props for his variety, in my opinion, because he has the singing Drake, like Just Hold On, We're Coming Home. Mm-hmm. He has the Mans and Tings type thing where he do the little
Drake from Canada.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like he does like little on the radar freestyles, and he does his the one dance type shit. You know what I mean? It's the Mans and Tings, and he has the singing. Then he has the more hood style things, where like what he does with Future. You know what I mean, with the big rings and stuff like that. So he has a good amount of variety, and I respect that. You know what I mean? And Kanye constantly reinvented himself musically. You know what I mean? All the time. So I love the variety.
Sometimes I be really feeling like maybe I'm not as into music as I think I am sometimes, because everybody talks about Kanye so much. I don't really know much about Kanye. I'm not going to lie. Everybody like, he's such a staple in the music industry and things of that nature. I got to do my homework.
Yeah.
I don't know much. Kanye. And I be feeling bold for not knowing much. But I will say this. When I was younger, I didn't listen to rap music. I was a Radio Disney kid. I was a Disney kid. I was sheltered, okay? My mom did not let me listen to rap music. The only rap I heard was Slick Rick and people like that, okay? Yeah. Old school rap. Yeah. None of this new stuff. Actually, my first rap song I liked was actually Lifestyle.
By Homie Quan?
Yes.
Aww,
it was actually my favorite song. Like that was my first song. My cousins was trying to get me to listen to rap music, and they just kept playing different rap songs that was popular at the moment. Mm-hmm. And I was like, not really feeling it. No. I don't know if it was because it was a little different the way he was saying it, like the sped up part, the way he delivered the lines. I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
But as far as like other rappers at the time before then, didn't know much.
Yeah.
So I missed the whole Kanye learning about him. So I missed out on a whole era that I have no clue about and people talk about all the time. I lived through it apparently and it was not conscious for it. It was not something on my radar.
Yeah, Kanye did a lot. Kanye did a lot for the music game, and I definitely respect Kanye a lot. You know what I mean? For all that he did. Because even though he went off the rails at the end, I'll be honest, when I saw the picture of Kanye with the titanium teeth, in my mind I said, all right, Kanye's done. Kanye, God, this is the last. This is the end. This final era of Kanye when he looks like a boss villain. This is the
Where
end.
was that? When was that?
Very recently, when he replaced. I don't know if he replaced them or just got a serious cap, but regardless, Kanye got titanium teeth now. You know what I mean? Top and bottom, straight titanium.
Like shiny metal?
Yeah.
You're lying.
Not lying. Not lying. It's hard to see. So I was like,
no way.
Kanye's done. Kanye he went too crazy. He's done. But
I heard a lot of people say that switch happened once he lost his mom.
It went downhill a lot when he lost his mom. It did.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how important his mother was to him until.
Yeah, that got to be hard for anybody, and I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, because I love my mom.
Yeah.
She just texted me today, even though she was giving me shit. Because the last fallout me and my mom had, which is like literally last week, and we don't have many fallouts, but last week, I don't know, I was kind of pissed. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm Jamaican, all right? My whole family's Jamaican.
Okay.
And if you know Jamaicans, you know that we are some of the most openly homophobic people you will ever meet in your life. Me personally, I'm not homophobic right now. I was when I was younger, perhaps. But I grew up in New York. I had a lot of experience with them, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not as homophobic. So, but long story short, I had a transgender woman on my podcast once.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And even though I had another female there at the time, you know what I mean? So, like, try to buffer a little bit. I wasn't alone with the transgender. My mother seen me upload that. She was like, "Are you gay? Are you bi?" or some shit. And I was like, I kind of had a disrespectful response. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was like, kind of mad at her. I was like, in my head, I'm like, you
know me.
You caught me in high school twice with a shorty in my room.
You know me.
Like, I'm in it. Come on, dog. You was trying to watch me with the cousins and everybody. You was watching me with all the shorties, and now you trying to come at me like, what? You're crazy. I just had a conversation with somebody. That doesn't so I went because I was kind of mad. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to Jamaica. But I love my moms. I still would never want. I couldn't imagine what Kanye went through. So I understand that was a big mark for him. You know what I mean? All right, another question I had for you, right, is I forgot to add it, but I remember it in my head because you even said the next line. So I was like, God damn, right hand on the Bible, he gonna lie? Now I gotta commit perjury for this pussy? No, I'm just like, God, listen, she wants you to die. Lie to the Lord. Right? Listen. Like, Jesus Christ.
She did not do it. She did.
She didn't do it.
She didn't do it. And you better believe it.
Yeah, for real. So that's high. That's like I was literally laughing in the car driving home listening to that because I was like, listen, I got a lot to lose. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot. I'm like, listen, Your Honor, I'm a hardworking man. I got wrapped up with the wrong lady. Listen, whatever you think she did, she probably listen. I'm joking. I'm joking. I ain't gonna do it like that. But I'm just saying.
No, I mean, you ain't gonna necessarily lie. Just I don't remember.
Yeah, for real. Plead the fifth.
I don't remember.
Yeah. No, I mean.
But you do remember, and it's okay. It's okay. We know you remember. Me and you on the same page, but you don't remember. You don't recall. And that's what matters.
I've lied to the cops once or twice. You know what I mean? I remember one time I got pulled over. I was with my shorty at the time, and the whole car smelled like weed. Why? Because we just smoked weed while driving in the car.
Right.
So he pulls me over, and he happens to be a car with a canine in it. Right, and there is weed in the car, just like maybe like a quarter worth. It's just whatever. So, but we smell like weed, right? Mm-hmm. So he opens the car when I open the car window, whatever. So he's like, "All right, I smell weed." You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he's like, what I said to him was a complete lie. I thank my lady a lot for shutting the fuck up and letting me tell her. Be quiet, right? So I'm talking to the cop. I'm like, listen. We just came from a friend's house. We was having a good time. Yeah, we was smoking over there. I was like, anything you smell is already burnt and in the air. We ain't really got nothing. I'm just trying to give my girl a ride home. You know what I'm saying? I was lying to her, whatever, right? And he believed me. You know what I mean? And we just got like a little ticket for an illegal turn, whatever he pulled us over for. You know what I mean? And we drove off. When we drove off, she was like, "Why was you lying?" Because she had her medical marijuana license. You know what I mean? So she thought, but she don't know that her license could have got taken away really low key during the situation. So she was like, "Why was you lying? We could have gotten in trouble." And I was like, "If I didn't lie, we would not be driving away right now." You know?
I have a similar story. I was with my best friend though.
Yeah.
We're not best friends anymore. I still know love lost for him, but I was with my best friend.
Yeah.
We were sitting. Let's go. What did he say to me? He was like, "Let's go look at houses." Like Grosse Pointe Farms, okay, area. So we parked in front of this house and we were smoking. It was a house that was for sale. And so it was like, okay, no one should be at this house to be like, why is it a car sitting outside my house?
Yeah.
Like,
there's no one living there technically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, okay, this should be a fine spot for me to sit, smoke real quick and be cool.
Yeah.
No. Cop pulled up behind us. I said, I'm on the phone with my one friend and my friend. I'm like, yo, the cops just pulled up behind us. I put the wood out so quick. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know where I put it. I was like, okay, all right. What am I finna say? What I'm finna do?
Who's in the driver's seat?
Me.
You was in the driver's seat?
I'm in the driver's seat. Roll the window down. And I'm like, he's a firecracker, so I don't know what the heck he could say, do, or whatever the case may be. Please just shut the heck up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Be quiet. And so I'm sitting there. The dude walk up to the car. The police officer walk up to the car, and I'm like, and he's like, I don't even know why he pulled us or why he pulled up behind us. I have no clue.
Parked chilling.
We were parked chilling.
Was the car on?
It might have been. It might have been running.
All right. I just want to say this quick thing. Mm-hmm. If you're ever smoking and you're already parked, do yourself a favor and turn the car off. Because if the car is off, they can't get you for a DUI.
For moving. Yeah.
But if the car is on, they can fuck with you. You know
because it's on. It's on.
But if the
you
car
could put it in drive at that point.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You could have been about.
Yeah.
I could suspect that you were about to pull off or something of the nature.
But yeah, continue.
So, and then I also sit on my brake. I do. I sit with my foot on my brake. It's just a habit I have.
With the car in drive?
No, not, sometimes. It depends where I'm at. It depends on where I'm at. But I always sit with my foot on my brake for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm a fast driver, yo. I'm not playing around. I'm not playing around. You're not gonna catch me lacking, okay?
See, I chilling. They pull up.
They pull up, and I'm like, okay, whatever's going on. Still don't know why they pulled us over. I never even asked. Never even walked up to the car. All I was thinking, what are you about to do? How are you gonna get out of this? I can't go to jail. Because he was younger than me, too. And I don't even think I was old enough. I probably was 20 or 19 at the time. So he was either 18 or 17 at the time or something like that. And I'm like, oh, my God. I got a minor in the car. I'm about to get in trouble. It's raps for me.
How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 21. I'll be 22,
21.
actually, in about a month.
Cool.
And so, so pull up, walk up to the car. I roll the window down. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. Don't do this to me. And he walk up and he's like, yeah, what y'all, like, what are y'all doing? Like, we were in the middle of between his house and where I worked. I'm still in my work clothes with my work badge on my hip. And I'm like, okay, cool. I said, yeah, he needed a ride and his house is on the way from my job. Like, I got my badge so you can look up that this job is down this way and his house is this way.
Makes sense.
Boom. And I'm like, how am I explain if he asked why my eyes red, why I smell like, I'm like, dang. And I was like, yeah, we were having a conversation and it got really emotional and I had to just pull over for a second to collect myself. Like, I just needed a moment. I was like, play on being a girl, bro. I'm just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl. And so played on that and he left me alone and let us pull off and go about our business. And I was like, we just gonna have to roll with that.
Pretty girl for the win. That's what got him out of there. I'm telling you, pretty girl, he ain't want to.
And he was like, and who's your passenger here? And I was like, please shut the door. Looked over, yeah, who are you? Who are you? Act like you got some sense today. Thank you.
For real, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got out of that one.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was parked. I wasn't even.
No. I had one for speeding too. I said,
I just got a speeding ticket like 2-3 weeks ago.
He didn't give me a ticket though.
He let you ride.
He didn't give me a ticket. Had my little cousins in the car, but not like tiny little cousins, okay? They all teenagers, okay, y'all?
Yeah.
So we in the car listening to Cash Down, okay? Y'all know how it get when you listen to Cash Down, okay? Shout out my girl Cash Down. We in the car listening.
Yeah.
Okay, vibing out. I was on Plymouth. We went down Plymouth or whatever. We got on the freeway, got on Southfield, driving. And we actually, if I had just stayed on Plymouth and went down Plymouth, because that's where we were going to a house that was off Plymouth. And I'm like, okay, they wanted to continue the song. So I'm like, let me get on the freeway real quick and just go around a little bit, make it a little bit longer so they can have a little bit of time.
With the song. Yeah.
Like I'm spending time with my cousins. We enjoying ourselves. We having a good time. While the girls in the car, we cool.
Yeah.
Get off at Joy Road. Next exit. That's just the next exit.
Yeah.
Get off at Joy Road. I'm just going to go around, get on Tireman and go around. Got pulled over. And I'm like, yo, how I'm about to get out of this one? Because I for sure was going a good 90, 100 down the freeway. Like probably down the regular street was doing 60. Yep. So, people come. It was two of them. Lights. I said, oh, y'all mean business. I said, y'all mean big business. I said, okay. I'm like, hi, how are you? And you're like, yeah, da-da-da. And I'm playing off, like, I'm super nice person. So this would have been an interaction I would have had in general, though. Like the smiling, like the, being nice. It's just me. But I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? Da-da-da-da. And they talking to me. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, we've been following you since you got on Plymouth. My cousin, after we leave, side note, says, yeah, I saw them on Plymouth. Next time you in a car with me, if you ever get in a car with me and you see a police officer, it was a police officer right there, I'm going to slow my behind down because we not getting pulled over.
Come on, you supposed to be the extra eyes in the vehicle.
Exactly.
I grew up in New York when they had signs, see something, say something. All right?
Okay. you heard them. So... And I'm like, yeah, da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, my cousin, she in the back, like my cousin in the back had to go to the bathroom and I didn't want her to pee in my car. I'm just trying to get her back to the house.
Laying it on
thick. Like, you
good,
can't.
Though. You good.
You can't
You're a quick
say
thinker.
that Dominique, you cannot say, hey, bro, you got to slow down. Forget her having to use the bathroom. Are you going to clean my seats? Are you going to come with me? Mm-hmm. No. So I'm trying to get her to the house. Okay, y'all be careful. Just go, da-da-da-da. They did ask for my license and stuff. Now, I'm also very unorganized. I'm trying to do better, y'all. I'm trying hard, but I don't have very good organizational skills. And so I have to buy things to make organizational skills. And so at the time, my car was probably the worst my car was ever, like in the way that it looked. And so because they had to get in my car, we just pushed all the stuff over. So my purse was underneath all of this stuff in the back seat because when they got in, they weren't originally supposed to get in the car. Not everybody was supposed to come. So I put my purse back there thinking, my cousin's finna sit up here, put this back here. But they had to push the stuff over. So stuff is all on top. So I had to get out the car, go around the car to get my license out. And stuff embarrassing. Yeah. So embarrassing. I think that was probably a little bit of the switch. Like, okay, never again are you going to have your car so junky that stuff is falling out of your car because you got to go find your ID.
Yeah.
No, thank you. But I got out of that one.
Good. She made it out, y'all. She made it out.
Made it out alive. Let's tell another story. See another day.
Pretty privilege exists. All
it
right?
does. It does. And I thank God for it sometimes because
it's
Lord
known.
knows.
It's known statistically that women get less sentences for the same exact crimes that men do. That's a known thing. You know what I mean? It's all right.
She's just so adorable. How could she ever?
Come on, she's not that bad, right?
Yeah, just pick out a nice smile and back to your eyelashes.
I'm sorry, sir.
Like, yeah, I just was trying to da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Get you out real good.
For real. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, the See It Straight record is a good record. You know what I mean? It's a good sound. You know what I mean? But like I said, a couple things in there I was looking at it, I was like, this ain't fair. I was
fair.
This thing got a lot. It's got to get perjury. You got to put his life on the line.
And
he still ain't shit. And another nigga, you know what I mean? I was like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. Last thing I was going to say is that, like, in this, as my experience with women has grown more, like, I've experienced this. I don't know how many guys feel this way, but I don't know how many women feel this way. But, like, I know a woman, how I feel about her. so the end of the relationship sort of lets me know a lot of how I felt about it. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, with a lot of women, when the relationship ends or the situationship ends, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times I feel relief.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I don't got to look after this. I don't got to do that. I'm going to FaceTime him every night. Whatever I was doing was I was doing something that was like almost like a job. You know what I mean? Maintaining, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, whatever happened, we fell out. I don't got to do this no more. I could just, I could relax for a second. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't know how women feel about it. Like, oh, he was going to do this. He was helping me with this. Like, I don't know.
So I feel like it could be half and half. It depends on the type of person you was dealing with. Depends on the type of person you was dealing with. Like, I have had a friends who were with people who were just doing majority of like the back work. Like, I didn't have to pay no bills. I didn't have to do da-da-da. I ain't have to do this. But now I got to worry about how I'm about to pay this, and this.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's the other side of things where it's like, this is me type of people. Because I don't really ask nobody for nothing. I'm a do it myself type of person. Yeah. I don't like asking people for stuff. I would never ask anybody, can I have, can you? I'm just going to do it. Yep. Bottom line. I'm not going to ask because people fall through. I don't have time for that. In those type of situations, it's more so for me, unfortunately, like no love lost for my ex. Still like have love and care for him. But I'm a very busy person. I have a lot to do. I'm not gonna be at home sitting down. I'm just not gonna be at home doing nothing. I'm gonna be doing stuff. And so continuously having to FaceTime, X, Y, and Z, that's how I would feel. Like, I don't gotta FaceTime them every day anymore. I ain't gotta remember,
so
did I check my
location
phone?
Not enough?
What do you mean?
Sharing your location.
Like, I can share my location. I don't care anybody care my location for all I care. Not anybody, but my friends.
Yeah. But no, your significant other.
My significant other, like,
because there's no woman that I've called my girlfriend that I didn't have their location on.
That's not a problem. Okay, so to be fair, my last relationship was a long distance relationship.
Okay.
So in a way, understandable completely. But you also do know that I am working 2 jobs and I am starting this music stuff. So you know that I'm busy. You know that I'm doing things. And it's not that I'm just ignoring you. I'm actually doing stuff. I'm not supposed to be on my phone at work. I can't be texting all day.
Exactly.
But that's what you're looking for. And I can't do that. So in a token for me.
I don't even know how dudes, I understand, but I don't understand. Long distance relationship, I could never do it today. You know what I mean? Because to me, there's no submission without provision. You know what I mean? If you're not willing, that's why I tell young guys, like these young guys, I know that they're not willing to do nothing for a girl really, but they still want the most from shorty. You know what I mean? Like, what are you asking her to submit to? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're not, it's like I met this dude and he was going out with shorty and she was a stripper. Now, he didn't mind her being a stripper necessarily, but he didn't like none of the extra sex work, no backroom shit, no basically no prostitution to a degree. You know what I mean? He was okay with the stripper part. But I'm like, all right, so you're asking her to cut off some portion of her income. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you feel no duty or responsibility to
take on that
income.
It's no. It's
like,
no.
How is that going to work?
It don't make sense.
How is that going to work?
The math don't math. 2 + 2 is equaling 6.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah,
that's crazy.
If you want me to do this and stop doing something, I still need to be here. I still need to be met at this level. If I'm stopping to do something, you gotta take care of whatever I just stopped doing.
Exactly.
It only makes sense.
I understand that. You know what I mean? But some guys don't. But that comes with responsibility. I always say any man that runs away from responsibility robs himself of purpose in life. You know what I mean? Because if you think about a king is like the ultimate position of responsibility. You're responsible for the peasants, how the food comes into the thing. Every aspect of the kingdom you're responsible for. You know what I mean? Every aspect of it. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys want that position without the responsibility for real. You know what I mean? And that just leads to disaster most of the times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the section we're about to get into is the never have I ever. But I'm going to take a quick pee break because I've been drinking a lot. And then I'm going to edit it out. You know what I'm saying? But when we get back, it's a game of never have I ever. I'm going to get the shot. The little things are ready now.
I always win these, y'all. I didn't even tell him that when he told me that earlier that there was going to be a part of his never have I ever thing. I always win.
Never have I ever. I got a couple questions I have in mind that I have written down here, and we're gonna see what she comes up with. You know what I mean? But
I gotta have questions too.
You don't have to, but
I'm terrible on my.
Normally, how
I know it goes back and forth
to a degree.
I'm terrible.
The problem is that I'm prepared and you're not. That sucks.
I'm terrible. When, like at parties and they be like, "Let's play Never Have I Ever." I'd be like, it get to me.
Because it's always how much you want to reveal about yourself to a degree. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even just that.
It'd be. I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't done. So what do I say that I haven't done? Like, what is going to get these people out?
Yeah.
And so, what's going to get these people out so this game can be over? So, because I'm typically like the one with the most fingers because I'm more so I'll be minding my business.
Yeah.
I don't be doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I don't believe that, but all right. But all right, just when we get back, Never Have I Ever coming up. All right, stay tuned. Yeah, I mean, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I know I'm the host, but I ain't got it like that. I need a little catheter down here or something. I mean, I'm joking, but nah.
Me and my coworkers were just talking about catheters, which, we can't really, we're not going to really go into.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's convenient. You know what I mean?
No, it just sounds incredibly painful. That's all.
Getting it inserted, I don't know about that. But
that
I was
sounds
thinking
insane.
more like
convenience type of
funnel.
thing.
I'm thinking more like a funnel. That's what I was thinking more. You know what I mean?
No, I was thinking about medical, and I was thinking absolutely the heck not. Yeah. Y'all got to drug me if you ever have to.
I've peed in the Gatorade bottle before.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
I've been with a girl one time. I ain't gonna lie, this was very unattractive though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Both ways she did it was unattractive. One time we was chilling in the car, and she said she had to pee, and she literally just got out the driver's seat and squatted down while the driver door and just peed right there on the street, right there. And I on one hand, I was
like an open street.
I mean, sure, it was like 1 a.m, but still, like, it's on you on the block. Sure, probably only lasted about like 1 minute, but still, like,
no,
you just squatting, peeing in the street right now. It's
me and my dad have been stuck on the side of the road. His tire went flat or something. We got stuck on the side of the road. I had to pee. And it was like, we are in the middle of nowhere. My dad lives in Texas. He lives in...
You were in Texas?
Yes, okay. We were in Texas. And it's what do they call him, son? Like, he pretty much lived in a sundown town. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's called Jasper. It's real interesting. But we were on our way to Jasper from Beaumont. And we got stuck on the side of the road waiting for his girlfriend to come get us. And I had to pee. So bad. It was like, I can't. What am I supposed to do? I'm out.
It's got to come out. You got to pee.
I'm stuck on the side of a road. What am I going to do? But you use the doors. You open both doors. Yep. And then, like, I just been times, like even here, like, I'll be door dashing in the middle of the night. And it's like, where am I supposed to go right now? Nothing's open for real on the inside. Everything's drive-through.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to make money to do what I need to do. Mm-hmm. And where am I going to go?
I feel you on that.
But you find a secluded area, not just a random, just not a street that people could just randomly drive down.
The other thing is she did with no hesitation. It looked way too ready. She looked way too comfortable.
So this is not your first time.
And
this is not a first time
offender. The other time was better, but like the other time she told me she had like a pea cup. It was like a large mouth thing. And she went in the back seat and just peed in a cup and then tossed it out the window. I was like, all right, that's technically better.
There's these things actually. I've seen it it was like 2 years, 3 years ago maybe, and they're to help women. You guys can just pee in a bottle. And
we got it like that,
right?
Yeah.
Right. And so because of that, it's similar. It makes it easier for that to happen. If you're in these situations, like you're outdoors or you're in like hiking. Like I like to hike. I like to do stuff like that. And
you like being in nature?
Yes. I used to be a part of this thing here called Venture Crew. Okay. It's a mix between Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, so it was co-ed.
Wow.
And so I used to do that. And dope. I love camping. I love hiking.
That's dope. That's dope as fuck. That's dope as fuck. I was in the concrete jungle my whole growing up till 23. You know what I mean? So, but coming out here in Detroit after 24, like I love nature.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I've done mushrooms a couple times out here, and doing mushrooms in nature is like my favorite thing to do ever. I feel like connected to shit.
So I've tried shrooms. Didn't have a trip or anything. Didn't feel anything.
How much did you take?
See, that's the thing. So she had a shroom smoothie. We was going skating, me and my friends, me and my two sisters. I call them my sisters. They're like my sister. We're family. They ain't my friends. They're family. Okay. We went to go skating, and she had a smoothie. It was a shroom smoothie. And I'm be scared sometimes, okay? Because like, underlying conditions of your family, different things that y'all like have a history of. Yeah. Different drugs can cause certain responses to certain things. True. And so microdosing, especially when you're first starting to take shrooms, are important. Yeah. If you don't, I feel like a lot of people don't do the homework behind it, but if you should microdose first to see how it affects you. So I was like, I'm not going to do too much. I'm not going to drink a lot of this smoothie because theoretically speaking, we get to this dang on skating rink and I'm tripping. That's no good. What am I gonna do? Who gonna like?
We don't know what that. Have you tripped at all?
No, I haven't. And so I want to do shrooms.
No, I definitely
very badly. Like not.
I recommend it.
I'll be honest with you. But it's something that I want to experience to see if it's something that I want to do or I like to do, so that I can have that knowledge.
I've never done acid, and it's because I'm more scared of acid than shrooms.
Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. Yeah. I'm not. That's too far from me.
Yeah,
that's too far from me. I think that's where the line is. Like shrooms is where I draw my line.
Because you see, all the arguments.
It's a psychedelic, and
all the arguments I can make for weed, I can make for shrooms too.
Yeah, it's a natural
plant. It just grow like that. And the same way how you trying to overdose on weed, you have to consume pounds of it.
Yeah.
If you're going to overdose on shrooms, you got to consume pounds of it too. Exactly. And you're not going to do that. So no one's really overdosing on shrooms. And like I said, it's natural.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all the same
arguments. It's not chemically made. Yeah. It's not.
I never had a smoothie version. The times I've had mushrooms, I pretty much demanded that it looked like a dehydrated. I need to see plant material.
So I know, because I know her and I know that what she typically gets and what she does. Because I actually had tried shroom gummies before. Me and my other friend, she was living with me at the time. We tried shroom gummies. Didn't do anything. Like we took 2, nothing. All right, let's take 2 more. Nothing. And so it was like, okay, that don't work. Yeah. Like, we're going to have to actually try the plant itself.
Sure doesn't taste the best, but listen, you just got to eat, like literally, if you get in the real plant material, I say a minimum of about 2 grams. 2 grams, drink some water, just eat it, whatever. Just drink some water. If you want to, order some pizza and just don't bake it with the pizza. Don't add no heat, but just sprinkle it on top of the pizza slice if you want.
Let me tell you what my friend told me to do. Wrap it in like, if you like candy, if you're a sweets person, what the freak is them things? Extremes.
Or extremes, yeah.
Extremes. Wrap it in an extreme and eat it. And you won't really, because I don't like a lot of, this is kind of like, I'm not going to say I don't like a lot of vegetables, but I have my group of vegetables that I eat. It's just one group.
And outside of
that, they can kick rocks and blow bubbles.
I never had greens until I moved out into Detroit. You know what I mean? I never had greens. Like, somebody was talking about with a turkey neck, something like that.
You gotta have a turkey neck or a leg.
I've still only had greens in like 3 times. You know what I mean? But
how long have you been?
2016, 2017. It's been a little while, but yeah, I haven't had much experience with greens. You know what I mean?
God.
I had one Thanksgiving plate one time was brought to me that had greens on it. You know what I'm
was
saying?
Was it good?
I ate it. It was good because the closest I can compare it to is Jamaican callaloo. We got callaloo in Jamaica. You know what I mean? But it's not exactly. It's almost like greens, but it's a different flavor entirely.
Yeah, I mean, obviously because y'all use different spices and stuff.
Yeah,
so
but it's the same sort of substance, but it's not the same consistency. Greens got more vinegar sometimes. It's a little different. Greens is different, but I do like greens. You know what I mean? I don't know if I like the juice from greens touching everything on the plate.
No,
you know what I mean?
That's the part that pisses me off.
I think I need greens. I could add it, but I need it to be like.
I'm gonna be very transparent. I have ADHD, okay, and so I feel like I teeter this line of autism. Not gonna lie, I have a touch of autism, y'all, and I do not like my food touching. I've always been that way. Like your always,
food's touching. That's
my food's touching. I could never do it. I had to have the plate with the sections.
Yeah,
okay?
The sections. Yeah,
because my food's touched. I wasn't gonna eat it. My mama used to be mad.
Wow.
Dominique, it's the same thing. Yeah. It just touched. It's okay. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not okay that it touched. I'm better now. But as a kid, heck no. Y'all wouldn't be able to.
That's funny as
I don't want it. Take it back.
That's funny as fuck.
And so the juice from the greens used to make me so mad as a kid because
it get everywhere on the plate. It's everywhere on the plate.
Because it's a
contaminating ass ingredient.
The liquid from it doesn't have it's a soupy consistency.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have any confinement to it. Like if you had stuff like yams has juice, but the juice is thicker, so it doesn't go that far.
Greens will be all over.
It's everywhere. everywhere.
Yeah.
It's in the bag.
Yeah, yeah, for real. It's all over the place for real. So, but I did like it. You know what I mean? I appreciated it.
We gotta get you some good greens, some real
I still
greens.
feel like I ain't have really top notch greens.
It's okay. We gonna get him together, okay?
Yeah, I gotta get
you done ran into the right people. I got. When I tell you, I got you.
I'm gonna need you to finish that little bit.
My bad. I'm babysitting.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we about to get into the never have I ever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was supposed to be thinking of questions. I could have been looking them up when you was in the bathroom.
Your shot. You know what I'm saying?
Let me look them up. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up some questions because
I ain't gonna pretend like I didn't. I used Google a little bit, just a little bit,
it's okay.
because I was trying to find because I didn't want to. A lot of they trying to get me. I wasn't trying to go straight into the gutter with it. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to keep it a little. You know what I mean? But yeah, we about to start never have I ever. You know what I mean? So the rules here, as it says, if the player or the person saying this statement has done the action described in this statement, if a player has done the action described in the statement, they must drink. If no one drinks, then the player who made this statement has to drink. You know what I mean? So if you did it, whatever I say, if you did it, you got to have a drink.
Okay.
If you didn't do it and no one has done it, then the person who said it has to drink.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's basically how it goes. You know what I mean? So the first one I have here is, I don't know why I wrote this one down, because I have done this. So I'm going to have to drink. That's terrible. I got to get my energy drink together. I got to drink. That's crazy. I got to get the shot. All right. So the first one is, never have I ever pretended to be on the phone.
Like typing on my phone or like talking on the phone?
I'll limit it to talking on the phone.
Have I ever pretended to be talking on the phone? I haven't.
You've never pretended to be talking on the phone?
No.
All right.
I typically, that's why I had to ask, because if I walk in a room, I will act like I'm doing stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
But not talking to somebody on the phone. No.
All right.
No.
That's a big shot. It's terrible. Let me say something. So here's when I did it, right? So I used to work at Walmart for about a year or whatever.
He said, leave me the heck alone.
Nah, not even. It was on some, it was like some dirty mags, whatever. So I was talking on, I was at Walmart, and every once in a while, I would use my British accent on the customer to amuse my coworker. You know what I mean? Like, we would be there doing whatever, we stocking, and someone will come up to us, ask us where something is. We're like, oh, am I going to help you out? You know what's going on, whatever. And he would always give it away because he would be like laughing, and like he'd be like, because he knows I'm not really from London, and they'd be like, oh, all that, right? So I did this like twice. There was like I was in my aisle or whatever. There was a pretty girl in my aisle, and it worked both times. I don't do it though. I didn't pursue because I felt bad about it after, whatever. But there's a pretty girl in my aisle, and I pretended to have a phone call. Someone called me.
And so that you could do your British accent?
Yeah. So I was like, oi, man, does that really happen? That's fucking crazy, bro. Really? That's a nuts, man. You know what? You shouldn't mess with that anymore, man. Honestly, man. It's not really worth it. You get me? So I'm chatting to talk with my mates and not really talking to anyone, really. So I let her off the phone and all that. I get off. And she's obviously in the eyes. She's like, you have a nice day. It works the two times I did it, it worked.
Because he sounds so real. Like every time he start, I just be looking at him like, yo, like, and then I be wondering, there's people like, I am not as good as you, but do people really be sitting there looking at me like that when I start?
Yeah.
And so I'm having the reverse.
I'll be honest, man. I've actually seen studies that say, for whatever reason, Americans, when they hear you with the accent, they perceive your intelligence to be a bit higher. You know what I mean? They just place you a bit. I'm not going to lie, man. It's obviously a fucking plus on your attraction. There's just no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It makes you, it gives you a difference. Like, oh, he a little different.
Yeah.
Certainly.
So I did use that at Walmart once or twice, pretending to be on the phone so she could hear the accent and I could break it's terrible. But goddamn it, if it ain't work, I did it for a reason. Terrible.
It's a foolproof friend. You got a good British accent. You want to pick up a girl. Y'all writing it down. Listen, I told y'all to grab that pen.
Let me tell you, fellas, you can either drive a foreign or you could be foreign. Which one is it?
Or be foreign. I like that. That's the next Instagram caption. You can either drive a foreign or be foreign. I'm quoting you.
For real. For real. Yeah, I mean, so do you have one?
Wait, let's go. I ain't thinking of nothing. We Google. Google said it. Google did it.
You got to pick one in if I have.
Hold on. Just give me 30.
No doubt. You know what I mean? Like I said, with great powers comes great responsibilities, Uncle Ben. You know what I mean? I try not to use it in too much of a crazy
I'm a little
way.
blind. I wear glasses. Don't talk about me squinting.
She's squinting. She's trying to build.
Because I was thinking about it. I'm like, dang, it's a camera right there. I can't be like this.
Yeah.
So let's break it down a little bit. Let's do pick a number, 1 through 70. Yeah, let's do it that way.
45.
45. Okay.
It's one of my numbers. One of my high school football numbers.
Okay. Never have I ever been somewhere I was sure was haunted. I don't know. That was the 45th question.
You ever been to a haunted house?
No.
I've been to a haunted house.
I don't do scary stuff.
You don't do scary stuff?
I don't like scary.
You don't like scary?
I don't like scary movies.
You got anxiety, don't you?
Yeah.
You got anxiety. I'm picking up on that.
Yeah.
You don't like knowing what's happening, not happening next in the show.
Mm-mm.
You don't know what's happening in the live. It's scary. So how you feel about roller coasters?
I do roller coasters, actually. I like roller coasters. I love roller coasters. I love to go to Cedar Point. I love Six Flags. But it's the three. Actually, it's pretty much almost all the S's. Sharks, snakes, spiders, scary movies.
The only reason I won't drink for that is just because even though it was a haunted house.
It's not haunted.
It wasn't haunted. There was no.
It's like going to if you go to somewhere like an asylum, people go to these places, abandoned places, like abandoned asylums.
That's different.
Those are haunted places.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but this was like, I think it's called Lush Haunted House. It's
here?
pretty popular. Yeah, pretty popular here in Michigan. You know what I mean?
My friends have for years been trying to get me to go to a haunted house, and I would never do it.
I will say it was a fun experience. You know what I'm saying? I think the same hat I was wearing there. And this little skull symbol on the back of this hat is apparently the sign for like the Mexican Day of the Dead. So it was on theme, and I had a couple of them like, I like your hat, but they're like crawling out of it was kind of cool though. Like just because like you're walking through this like
I would have died.
It's like dark, and they have like cells. They have they're actors, but they're paid and they're
paid to scare the living.
What they say in the beginning is that don't touch our actors, and they won't touch you, right? But they reach out like out of nowhere, like they aren't really like they're saying shit, and you walking, and you like it's hard not to be a little. They coming out like you know what I'm saying? They're not fucking with you, but they fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? So
like I'm not touching you type thing.
Yeah.
No. It's a no for me. I would go to jail because I probably would have swung.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I would have swung.
A couple of times my instincts was to do that. You know what I mean?
And you got to hold yourself. Yeah. No, it would have been,
you got, and then it would have been raps. Scared.
No, because I'm not going to be scared. Why are you so close to me?
Yeah.
Back up.
Scary movies are really funny because it's like you paying to be, that's really funny.
I think I've seen a few scary movies in my entire life. And when I say few. Actually, my ex, he loved scary stuff. He had me watching this TV show called From. I was watching it. I was kind of interested. I'm not gonna lie, but it was still scary. He had me watch. What's the one?
Never seen American Horror Story?
No, not my cup of tea. He tried to have me to watch that too. No, thank you. I'd seen the recent season had something about spiders. No.
Yeah, I don't fuck with bugs or spiders. I actually get violent when it comes to bugs and spiders.
As you should.
I mean? I have a PTSD when it comes to. Listen, I've been through a lot when it comes to bugs and spiders. You know what I'm saying? I get violent. I wage war against the bugs. You know what I'm saying?
My friends all know if a fly come in we about to square up, bro. Because get away from me.
I'm telling you. I hate this whole thing. They're trying to make us all eat insects. You know that? You know what I mean? To say it'll save the planet because.
What are we talking about?
In their defense, I guess.
Wait, run it back. Wait. Eat insects?
Yeah.
Who is trying to make...
The world, people that... Because in their defense, all right, is it a source of protein? Yes. Does it have vitamins? Yes. Are bugs easy to farm and breed a lot of them? Yes. Do I want to eat bugs? Fucking no. No.
I will never in my life eat a bug.
I remember
willingly, at least. You know, like, when you sleep, you can't really, people say like.
Oh, they say 3 spiders crawl into your mouth a year. You ever heard that?
I have. That's what I was about to say. I say no, they haven't. Okay.
Fucking no.
No, they haven't. They haven't. No, I refuse. Because spider. I can't do spiders. I don't like spiders. They're not. I'm arachnophobia.
I seen that movie Arachne. I seen it with the big. I seen it back in the day.
Nope. Never.
I seen Harry Potter when he was talking to the big spider, and the ones was trying to go in the Forbidden Forest, and they all started chasing them. Listen, I was screaming in that scene.
Listen,
let me tell you.
Nobody told me that was gonna happen. So imagine me, the anxiety-driven person that I am, seeing this spider appear on my screen out of nowhere. Harry Potter? Yes, this spider appear on my screen out of nowhere.
Harry Potter,
and I'm like, what's going on? And then they start all chasing. I said,
yeah, that was crazy.
Reps, y'all. I'm gone.
For real.
Dominique left that day. Y'all got presented with Lyneé. Okay? Came back a new person.
Right, for real. What you call it? If I had to credit anything with my British accent, it would have to be Harry Potter, because knowing that my family is from London, I've never been to London as of yet, but I must go. I will.
Absolutely.
I have to
it's on a list because
I must go.
I have an obsession.
Yeah, I have to go to London because I've done y'all for a year. The Queen's English and all that. You know what I mean? I have to go. I will go. You know what I mean? And I have had to think of one. There's only 2 shows, and really Harry Potter is the top. Mm-hmm. There's Harry Potter, and there's this little animated show that's not known. It's called Kipper. You know what I mean? It had like a dog, and
wait. Please stop.
Yeah.
Did you just unlock a memory?
Yeah, it's called Kipper.
Kipper.
Yeah. And
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. The
narrator of that show is like British. You know what I mean? And he was doing like, Kipper.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the ducky duck.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, he was British. Recently somebody brought to my attention that the Adventures of Grimm and Mandy. Grimm was
Jamaican. I didn't realize he was Jamaican. The Grimm people was Jamaican.
Yes, that's what they brought up to me, and I said, "No, you're lying." And so I went and looked it up, and I had to listen. I said,
"He is Jamaican."
He's Jamaican.
And the funniest thing is that the boy always fucked with me because I spent 2 summers in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. And my whole family's Jamaican. When I say even my stepfather, my father, my grandfather, they're all from my whole family full of Jamaicans. I swear to God, my grandmother, everyone Jamaican. Mm-hmm. My British accent is way better than my Jamaican accent, and it's really, really sad. Like the confidence I have to convince someone I'm from London is at like a 9. I'll be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I know especially if I watch like a show before, because the slang is where I fuck up at. Really,
London?
Yeah, I got a little bit of the slang, but I know
as an American person, you sound like you have it.
Yeah,
he has it.
Yeah,
you couldn't tell me he don't know it all. Like, what are we talking about? This man's British.
I know they go levels in there, and I know that they got different slang and shit in there that I don't have all of it. So, but if I watched a little, because that's another thing too. My friend used to make fun of me. He's like, he studied for 6 hours to get the accent. He's like, I didn't do none of that. That's why I was wondering. Like, I naturally have like
the talent to mimic.
Yeah, but there's a couple other accents I have, but British is the top one. Because I'm telling you, my man, if I were to do an African one, like I was from Africa, I'm telling you, my man, if I was from Wakanda, I'm telling you that I could do a bit. If I were the president of West Africa, I tell you, I promise you, my man, I could do a decent African accent if I had to.
Crazy,
but I'm telling you that the British one is the best one that I have. But I promise you,
I kind of want to try. I have a problem. Okay, like I said, I have ADHD, and so I have echolalia, I think is how you pronounce the word.
Okay.
And it's like when I hear stuff, I instantly mimic it.
Yeah.
And so when people talk to me with accents, that's how I started doing a British accent. Was I was hearing it and immediately mimicking it.
Mimic that exactly. You know what I mean?
I mimic sounds. I mimic what I hear. So because you just started trying to do everything,
I'm telling you, my man, and
I can't.
And honestly,
that well.
When I look at you, if you was to do an African accent, I would believe you.
You know what I get all the time? I wasn't gonna say this. I get that I'm Jamaican all the time.
I was going to ask
think
where
that
are
I'm
you
Jamaican,
from for real. I was going to ask you that.
Yes, people think I'm African or Jamaican, and I don't know.
I'm telling you, because I know Africans and I know Jamaicans. I grew up in New York, with a lot of. Mm-hmm. If you was to tell me that your grandfather was Jamaican or you was, I would believe the fuck out of you.
I went to some Jamaican restaurant. It's actually a funny story. The girl, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna talk about that girl. the man that was in there, he was like, "Are you Jamaican?" And I was like,
maybe because you dark skin as well. Like really
I think that's part of it. I was like,
did you ever experience any like hate on that?
Yeah, as a kid, for sure. I used to. I hate to admit this, but I'm a very truthful person. I told him earlier, like, I'm a very open book. You ask me anything and I'm going to answer it. And when I was a kid, a lot of, like, when you had your weed characters and stuff like that, they were white with blonde hair. Because when I was younger, I would always get talked about for dark. African me scratching. You start my own cousin, loving to death, though. My own cousin used to be like, you so dark, you purple. Like, what are we talking about right now?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I don't know why I almost seen it as like nowadays I see it as like a flaw. Like, I want to be married one day, right? But I'm for some reason naturally attracted to black women, and black women are the most stubborn. I'm just saying, like,
they are.
The most least submissive woman on the planet gotta be a black woman. So, like, if you can get a black woman to be by your side as a man, you won, in my opinion. Because black women are they're hard to win over. Jesus Christ.
Because you got to check dang, you're on the mic.
I'm telling, because women, I ain't gonna lie. All right, so one of the things, I ain't have this. I got to switch my other. All right, so all I'll say is this. Like, I'm not gonna say black women, how can I put this? All right. I'm going to just say what I feel. Black women are a little bit masculine to a degree.
Yeah.
Where in that they'll check you, they'll try you in certain ways. Like, if you're going to deal with a black woman, you got to be a higher level of masculine to deal with a black woman.
For sure.
Because black women are so strong.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Remember earlier you stated how men having their, basically their chemical balance, the way that they're made, it's genetic, if that makes sense. You know, things they say things can pass down genetically, whether that be like, I have ADHD. If I have a kid, they could possibly have ADHD. They have a higher chance of having it because I did. Or how black people as a whole, we feel a certain type of way about certain things. When people say certain things, it's because our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents went through a certain amount of trauma, and those things are passed down. And because of that, when you were stating this, I started going into this thought process of, is it because of the way slavery was? We were doing the same things that the black men were doing. Because we were all considered slaves. We were all considered people to work. So because we had to work, because we have that mindset of, I have to work, I have to do this, I have to be strong to get through this type of thing. Now that we necessarily don't have to, in a way, I mean, we do, but we don't. It's a different system, but it's same thing almost. But whatever the case may be, because we don't have to in a complete way, we don't know how not to be.
Exactly. The how not to be. So, and that's difficult. That's really difficult. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't blame black women for that at the same time. But on the other hand, it's like,
are you doing the work for yourself? Like, I feel like a lot of people are not, they don't pay attention to things they need to work on. They're not, what is the word I'm trying to use? I can't think of it right now. But I'm very aware. Self-aware. They don't have a lot of self-awareness. Boom. I got
a dark-skinned girl. I want to shout her out right now. You Dari. You know who I'm talking about. If you ever watched this, you from high school, you was the blackest girl in the fucking school, bro. And I remember you getting shit for it in middle school. And let me tell you, I thought you was beautiful from then. All right? I've always loved black women. I almost see it now as a curse. Because, like, I'm like, I want to get married and I want my woman to be submissive to me in a way, but the most unsubmissive woman is black woman. So I'm like, you want your woman to be a certain way and you're a black man, you like black women. It's a rough fucking road.
It is.
You know what I mean? So, but just I've always been attracted to black women. And when I say black women, I mean black women. Like, your type of black. I love it. I don't know why. I almost see it like because I think sometimes I'd be like, man, white guys got to have it a little, the top, I'd be the Asians. They known for being submissive. Y'all got to have it easy. I mean, Asian, they know they're supposed to. A black woman, Jesus, we got to damn near choke her and knock her out. To be like, all right, I'll send it.
All right, you got it. You got it. Hands up.
Let me tell you, the last 3 times I got punched in my face was by a Detroit woman. And they always give New York women the most shit for being aggressive. Nah, Detroit women, let me tell you something. If you try to fuck with a Detroit woman from the east side, Your masculinity
East
got
Side
to be up
classification.
Here.
The East Side classification takes it up a couple notches. Like Detroit woman, yeah, for sure. East Side, different ball game.
Let me tell you, I don't got dreads or tattoos or bodies, so it's hard for me. It's hard for me. It's hard for me. It's hard. And I'm not in the dread. It's hard for me, dog. It's hard out here for a pimp.
Dog,
you know what I mean?
that's hilarious.
I'm just saying.
Because they know. They really are something.
It'd be different.
They are harder to deal with because I feel like in Detroit, East Side versus West Side. I'm a West Side girly. Not gonna lie.
All right. You know what they say? They say West Side's the best. I'm just saying this.
You know.
Which I love saying. It's not the best.
I ain't have to say it. He said it for me.
I've done street interviews. That's what y'all be saying.
Yes. But like when I was younger, not gonna lie, I used to, when somebody said they was from the East Side, I immediately like, East Side? You from the East?
See the eye.
Like the East? Are you okay? How is it that fear for your life every day? That's that's what I used to.
That's me in my apartment right now. I'm on the East Side, y'all. I'm in the trenches. And I'm
like, what are we talking about? And so, like, especially like when I started getting older, I started to realize, like, when I started to be able to cross on my own towards the East Side, I'm like, okay, not all of the East Side is bad. Not all of it is bad. Mm-hmm. And I think because when you're younger, you hear so much of the East versus West type of battle, you like, all right, I'm standing firm. I'm a West Sider through and through. What we talking about? Uh-huh. And then you meet an East Sider, it's like, you're from the East Side? But as a collective, though, if we all had to come together as Detroit, we going to come together. We're going to come together as one unit.
For sure.
When it come, they talk about Detroit East Side or West. It's Detroit versus everybody. Everybody know that. We don't play around. Yeah. And as a West Sider, though, I don't know too much. I do have East Side friends, though. I love them dearly. But they do all know when as soon as they said the East Side, I'd be like,
you got to watch your purse. Now I'm joking.
I knew. Lou said, you should have saw. I just looked at it. I was like, I gotta watch you.
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying?
You.
All right, but then the next one I had here, all right, because we still in Never Have I Ever, right?
Oh.
So this one, I have 2 ones for this one.
Okay.
But one is for me, right? So, and I can stand on business, all right? Because, no shorty that I can stand on business. Like I said, never have I ever cheated on my significant other.
I know you're finna say because you had to think about it. I think you're looking at me because like, why you think about it? You would know if you have it or haven't.
Drinks right there. Listen, the drink's right there.
Technically, I did not.
No, I don't want to hear
No, because we can talk about it. We can talk about it.
I say one last thing. Statistically, I had a study came out, and they said 70, was it 60, 70? It was a high percentage. They said like 60, 70% of women in 2024 have a man on the back burner. A man that like...
I feel like all women have somebody that wants them.
They know would take the role.
Exactly.
Up, you know what I mean? But they just keeping them
it's
in
like,
a zone.
Okay. Like I said, to be fair, okay, I had broke up with him, okay?
You broke up with him because you had... They're called a monkey branching.
No.
You broke up with him.
I didn't break up with him because...
You had another one to latch on. You was going to be good.
No. Wait. Rewind. No, that's not the story. Something happened. A person that shouldn't have texted me. And for me, it was a very emotional thing, if that makes sense. The response I got from the person that I was with was so outlandish that I was like, okay, just stop talking before you dig yourself in a hole that's too deep. Mm-hmm. Kept talking. You dug yourself in a hole that's too deep. I'm a very like, it don't take much for me to be over or something. Like, damn. It's a no for me. Damn. And I'm giving you that, hey, tread lightly here. You talking, and I'm gonna need you to stop talking. And I'm trying to tell you to stop talking because I don't want to do that to you. And I don't want my brain to immediately go, no. And so at that point, you reacted in the way you reacted. You said what you said. That's cool. I'm just going to move accordingly. I don't want to be here anymore. And so I didn't want to be here anymore. Then it was text message. I'm sorry. Like, I shouldn't have said it that way. Blah, blah, blah. X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah.
But you were saying something about another guy?
Yes. So like 3-4 days and not talking. Like I said, we're done. 3-4 days later, person though was a person that I had been talking to at the same time when we first started talking. The only reason I actually started talking to him was because I peeped. I'm a move accordingly person. We ain't got to talk about nothing. You move the way you move, I'm going to notice, and I'm going to move the same way. It's cool. I'm going to move accordingly. We ain't got to talk about it. I'm not about to argue with you. I'm not about to get mad. It just is what it is, and I'm okay with that. Keep it pushing, and I'm going to do what I got to do. So, therefore, slow person, sharing a screen, we watching a movie together. I'm in the kitchen, supposed to be doing something in my kitchen, and I heard the movie pause for a second. And so I like my phone tripping or something. Like, what's wrong with my phone? Went to look at my phone. You're texting somebody. And that's when I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. So I'm gonna start talking to somebody else too. Like, that's fine. We can both be talking to somebody else. I ain't even like, so you just gone, no, we ain't got to talk about it. It's cool. I got you. So I'm gonna start talking to somebody else too. That's terrible. So I started talking to this person. Now this person has the mindset of, you can do what you want to do. I don't care what you do as long as you talk to me. The second person, that's their mindset. Like, I don't care what you do. Ended up really getting a relationship with the person that was texting somebody else at the time. And so I was like, well, I have a boyfriend. I can't really talk to you. I said you could do whatever you want to do as long as you were talking to me. He's a Detroit dude versus a Chicago person, okay? And so Detroit dudes, y'all interesting. Y'all an interesting group of people. Y'all really be on some, I don't really care what you do. If you talk, as long as you in my life and you still here, we cool. The moment you say you trying to walk away, we ain't talk about that. What are we talking about? No, you're not going nowhere. Well, you got 2 boyfriends now. No, I don't.
Wow.
No, I don't. I don't have 2 boyfriends. I don't. I can't do that. And I still, no. If you want to be in my life, we can be cool. You can be my friend or you can be nothing. Pick. Because I'm not a cheater. That was my point. We broke up. I broke up with him. That was the point of the whole story. I broke up with him, and I said, ended up,
to lean over here.
And then ended up because he was still texting me, always on my head, and I was kind of like, I'm in a relationship. I'm not doing that. Like, that's not happening. You want to hang out? It's gonna be in a group setting. My cousin was cool with the same person, and so it was like, if I hung out with my cousin and you were there, you were there.
Yeah.
And we're cool. I don't have no problems. You just don't step this line because this line is here for a reason because I'm in a relationship and I'm not that type of person because I would feel bad.
Okay.
So I don't think that counts as cheating. We did end up getting back together like a couple of days after the fact. Then found out about it and was very upset. But I was technically not in a relationship.
Technically not cheating. All right.
But technically that's not cheating.
All right. It's a little entertaining, but you ain't crossed that physical line, I guess, and you try to keep your boundary. All right, I'll let her rock.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, I ain't gonna take. I was like, I can't take a shot for that. Technically, some people, depending on people's views.
I for sure never cheated on nobody. None of that. I don't care. I ain't do it. You know what I mean? Because I remember there's one place I was working. It was a place that hosted weddings, right? And I worked there for 2 years, and.
Oh, the stories you probably heard.
Now there was tons of fine service working there. You know what I mean? I never tried to push down on none of them. I even had one of them try to come at me, and she gave me her number. I never called her or texted her. You know what I mean? I never messed with her. You know what I mean? And then 2 years later, after having a job, I got my girl at the time a job there. You know what I mean? And I felt good about it because I knew no bitch that's working here can say, oh, he tried to do this. He tried because I ain't trying to do nothing. You know what I mean? So I got her a job, whatever. I never cheated. I never cheated on her or with any of them girls. I never cheated, period. You know what I mean? Because to me, it's like I'd rather leave the relationship. You know what I mean? If I feel like that's something that's got to take place. You know what I'm saying? So, but my next question is on the flip side of that. You know, and I always say to my knowledge, because women are slick. Women are slick, y'all. You see how she did that? Women are slick, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I always say to my knowledge. But my next one is that never have I ever been cheated on. To my knowledge.
Okay. I feel like, you know how you know something, but you don't know? You have your speculation, but I'm a very nonchalant person too. Like I said, I'm a move accordingly type of person.
I hate that.
We don't necessarily got to talk about it.
Not that I hate that.
Yeah, no. Like a lot of people do. It's understandable because a lot of people prefer to have conversations about things, prefer to address a problem rather than to just, okay, cool, it's what it is. Type of, a lot of people prefer to talk about things. I'm not that person.
So you don't. So do you think you've been cheated or you suspect it? You know, but like to the point where like if you had to bet money,
I'd bet money that I was same So in all honesty, it's funny because when I say this, it's just everything's gonna be tied back to like one person. I've really only at this point have been in one real relationship, like. In general. And
you suspect them of cheating on you if you had to bet on it?
Due to reaction. Due to
accusation?
Like... No, not even of accusation. Just like... Like, to give an example. Walk into the kitchen. You on your phone doing something. You jump. Why are you jumping, bro? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you okay? And then... I'm not even really necessarily looking, but you're on your phone over here. I happen to look over, but all of your you don't have any message threads. Why don't you have any message threads, bro?
Oh, your shit deleted. Oh, your shit.
Like, where are your message threads? Like, what are you talking about
that's
right now?
Flat. Nigga, shit too clean.
But see, I don't go through people's phones. He used to go through my phone. I don't go through people's phones. I don't care enough to go through people's phones because if I'm going through somebody's phone, honestly, I believe you're going to find out the information you need to find out when it's going to be happening. Everything that's done in the dark comes to the light. So, what am I finna go?
Yeah.
You sleep still?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I refuse.
That's crazy.
I refuse.
I got to the point where I felt like, I don't know how you feel about this, because I did it once or twice, but then I stopped doing it, whatever. One or two, whatever. I got to the point where when I was in a relationship where I felt like, and I've only done this a couple times, maybe like 4 chicks, that's it, whatever. Where I felt like subscribing to a girl's OnlyFans was cheating. You know what I mean? If you're in a relationship, you know what I mean? Because you're paying another girl to see her naked. You're taking money out of your pocket. That could be for date night. That could be a treat for your girl. You're taking money out your pocket. And you're paying to see another girl naked. As a man, you're devoting resources to another woman for whatever sexual gratifications you're getting from that.
I feel like it's similar to when porn sites were just a bigger thing, if that makes sense.
I
feel like they haven't went out, but like
free porn is one thing.
See, there's
but
free,
and
then there's
OnlyFans. Like you're paying money.
See, that's the thing. Some are free and some cost. Like there are things like that are like there are differences. People pay for stuff.
Yeah.
Like that, and so they pay for the magazines. They pay for
Have you ever seen the Bernie Mac show?
Yes.
All right. So like how I said, I like dark skinned women. There was a dark-skinned daughter who Bernie Mac had, the dark-skinned one, if you remember, Vanessa.
Yes.
She started her OnlyFans a couple years ago. I had to pull up to see
I'm sure.
I had to see what was up.
I'm sure 90% of the people who watch the show.
I had to see what was
like what's going on because she's beautiful. She is a beautiful person.
I've always loved her. You know what I mean? Loving that. Oh, she got only. Now, granted, she wasn't doing nothing that wasn't allowed on Instagram. I was really got gypped from her. She really.
It's funny because people buy OnlyFans that don't know what's behind that lock.
I'm disappointed. There's one girl that I'm mad I didn't buy it while she had an OnlyFans, but she used to go to my high school. We went to high school together, and then she had a guy when I was like, I didn't do it at the time, and then at the time when I was willing to do it, she no longer hang out on OnlyFans. I was like, God damn, I missed out. I could have seen.
I missed the opportunity.
Missed out. Nah, but yeah, yeah, I got caught up with that.
I feel like that's not necessarily.
I was trying to.
I don't think I speak for majority of women. I definitely am not. I don't have the same thought processes. I feel like of a majority of women. Me personally.
I said I'm supporting black business.
Yeah. Wait. When Megan say, invest in this pussy boy, support black business. That's what she said it. She's support the business. What I was saying. They're just trying to make money. I mean, I don't consider that. I wouldn't consider that cheating.
Yeah, but I feel bad about it. So I eventually cut off all the OnlyFans. She used to get mad at me just for. It got to the point where really I didn't. this is why I wish I was in a relationship again, because like I didn't really have a problem with porn when I was in a relationship. You know what I mean? Because I had access to a woman, so I wasn't really thinking about either working. If I feel that way, I go deal with my shorty. You know what I'm saying? But when I didn't have a shorty, porn was a lot more prevalent. You know what I mean? But yeah, during the relationship, I was not watching porn at all, pretty much. You know what I mean? Because I had a sexual outlet.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So, but it was only sometimes for curiosity. That's why I would like, oh, this person. Like I said, Bernie Mac, or like there was in high school, like just certain things, like certain. I was like, I kind of want to see what's going on,
right?
You know what I mean? But I let it go. I let it go. You know what I mean? Another never have I ever that I had. Oh yeah, so I had. You know, yeah, you drink a little for the cheated on, because yeah, I'll give you that shot. You know what I mean?
I mean, I did take another one anyway. You know, I drink regular.
I let it ride. So here's one that I have that I for sure could hold sturdy on. You know what I mean? Never have I ever lied about my age.
I'm trying to think through high school. I might have in high school. I'll take a shot for it. I might have in high school. Don't really remember. But I feel like that's something that I would have done in high school.
Because I feel like girls are more likely to do that than guys.
Yeah, and like, I'm probably like 2 years older than what I was or something. I don't know. I feel like that's something that I would have done, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Like I knew girls in high school that had boyfriends that was 23, 25 type.
And it's
shit.
like, how do you have a boyfriend that's 23, 25?
Yeah, we both in high school. Now I gotta compete with nigga. He already got a job in a car. I'm like, dog.
I had friends who had dudes who were grown, and I'd be like, how in God's green nerve?
But a lot of times, sometimes they lie to them, and a lot of times girls develop certain
things, and so they look older. Yeah. And so if you don't ask right questions, you don't know. Exactly. And so she know you older.
She's trying not to tell you
because she don't want to tell you because she like you. Yeah. Like it get a little tricky.
Yeah, that's a game girls play more than guys, I feel.
Get a little tricky around there.
Because we gain value at our age. You know, it's different. That's why I say it's different. You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to a girl being like, hey, yeah, I'm a little, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I've never lied about my age.
Yeah, that's because, like, I have friends, like, when people ask them, how old do you think I am? Like, just tell them how old you are.
Like, I know you was young.
Yeah, I'm young. I look young.
Looking at your face.
People typically think that I range from the age of 17, 16 and up. They're like, I really can't place you. And I'm like, you're in between this, though. Like, you have to be young. I'm like, yeah, I am.
Yeah. I think for like, at least you're old enough to drink, so I don't got to get charged for drinking with a minor.
LOL, you thought I would have. That's bold. But you know.
I was going to offer liquor regardless.
Yeah, no. Like basically, like, you know, honestly, even if I was younger, I probably would have been like, nah, I'm so happy you didn't ask me how old I was. I can drink some alcohol.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Like, I can drink.
Yeah. For real. Especially when I got so mad, bro. I swear to God, I don't know who told the rest of the world, but I was getting carded for every liquor store until I turned 21. And magically, after I turned 21, I wasn't getting carded no more. I was like, when I was like, card me. No, card me. Now I don't want to card me.
I know for a fact that I will be carded for a very long time. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. Yeah. The only problem is I'm very, like, I said I was clumsy. I lose stuff all the time, too. Very forgetful. I be losing stuff. Like, I just got a new ID and a new card because I just lost it. Man. And I had lost it again, and I just found it this morning. Lord. Lose everything. And so that's my biggest problem, I think, is going to be with being carded. It's going to be, I'm losing everything. So
the other one I have for you is, and this is, I've never done this. If I agreed, set a date to come out, especially I'm paying, I've always shown up, you know what I mean? But never have I ever stood someone up on a date.
I've only been on one date.
What? Yes. You know, I want to get on you, but this is something I've heard from a couple Detroit. I don't know what's up with y'all guys, man. Listen, take him out to eat, take him to a movie, take him to a skating ring, a pumpkin patch, an apple orchard. Something. Dog.
Something, very much something. But I've only ever been on one date.
That's crazy.
It's with my ex. And we went to the movies.
Not even out to eat at a restaurant with another young man? You never been out to eat?
No.
That's ridiculous.
No. And then, so the thing is also, like, when I was younger, my mom, like, I had a strict mom. I wasn't allowed to go out. I wasn't allowed to do certain things. Like, there's this dude I was interested in. My mom asked my best friend. It's funny. He's still my best friend. Like, this is like my ace boom boogie, okay? she was like, what you know about him, Colin? And I was like, he was like, I don't know. He kind of weird. So I couldn't go. And then I'm like, how you gonna listen to him? He don't even talk to nobody.
Yeah.
You don't even know that, mama, but he don't talk to nobody. I'm one of the only people he talked to in the school. So how you gonna listen to him say that somebody weird? He don't even know them.
Yeah.
And so, I was in the house as a kid or as a teenager.
But I guess you're only 21. So you still got many time for dates.
Yeah, I do. And so it's like I'm young. I don't have I'm really at this point now for me, I'm like, I just been focused on other things. Like
your career and pursuing and doing
I got time.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
I'm young.
I feel you.
The world may end before, but I mean, and actually, I said this all the time. Like when people were kids and they're like, oh, I can't wait to get married. I want to have kids and da 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 da. I was never that. I was never that. I wanted a dog. My mom was allergic to dogs and cats, and I didn't have an animal. I had a turtle at a point, but I didn't have any animals. I wanted a dog. I want a husky to be exact. I want a husky and a nice condo, perhaps a house, like a smaller house, maybe a ranch style house, something. I don't know, but that's what I wanted. I wanted a house and a husky.
So do you want kids in the future?
No, I don't want kids. Actually.
How you don't want kids?
How don't I want kids?
I'll be honest with you. I
don't want to have a kid. I would adopt a kid.
I got to let you know when this is online dating, but personally, when I'm looking at a woman's dating profile and it has the different things or whatever, I see doesn't want to have kids as a red flag personally. You know what I mean?
That's understandable.
Mostly because I do want to have kids, and also because I see that as like almost like, I don't know how to put it. Like it's like I see it as a defiance to the natural order of things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll adopt a kid.
You don't want to have a kid. You don't want to be a wife. You don't want to be a housewife. You don't want to sit down. You don't want to relax. You more focus on living life and experiences than having responsibility for something that will stop you from living life and experiences.
I don't think necessarily kids have to stop you from doing things.
They don't.
My friend that has a kid that want to drop me off, love her to death. That's my travel buddy. Like we go places. Like that's my we's locked in. Okay, if I go somewhere, I'm 9 times out of 10 going with her. And so I don't think kids necessarily have to stop that because one, you have a family. Like my mom always said, it takes a village to raise a child. And so because it takes a village to raise a child, you can always, if you have the right village, hey, I want to go do this and do, blah, blah, blah. Or take the kid with you. We going out the country. Let's go. That's not the problem. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that at all. For me, it's more so, one, in having a kid, there are so many different health complications that can happen. And I have anxiety. I'm scared. Like the one lady who lost all her teeth. My teeth?
She lost teeth having kids?
She lost all her teeth.
I ain't heard that.
I'm telling you. There's so many different health complications, especially for Black women to have kids. There's so many different health complications that can happen. I'm just scared. I feel
you.
That's not crazy. And then to have to
that.
Carry a kid, first of all, my back already, I have scoliosis, okay? My back already hurts every goddamn day. Oh, you think?
Now you got to carry this.
I got to carry a kid and my back going to be hurting more? No. And then labor.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No. Yeah. No.
Yeah. What I will say about having a kid and dealing with a woman to a degree, I haven't had a kid yet, but I have dealt with pre and post kid vagina. I'm just saying for the record, you know what I mean? And I have yet to meet a post kid vagina that matches up to pre kid vagina. You know what I mean? I have yet to meet one that was a single mother that I've dealt with that was better than a shorty that hadn't had a kid yet. Now, as far as like whatever tightness, viscosity, whatever you want to judge the vajayjay on, you know what I'm saying? It's normally better before kids. Although I have heard from several men that have had a woman and got her pregnant was a woman that pregnant pussy is a different thing. I heard pregnant pussy is lit. You know what I mean? But I don't have experience.
Because I think the sex drive is higher.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yes, because your hormones are constantly changing and things of that nature. So that makes sense.
Because I know
for sure,
being in a relationship with a woman, that ovulation pussy and regular is different.
Yeah.
Shorty and ovulation is different.
For sure.
It's different.
Because
I could almost smell it sometimes.
Your body is, you're trying to have a child. Your body's like, kid me, hello, kid me.
For real.
It's me turn, my turn.
For real.
So that makes sense.
That shit crazy. You know what I mean? All right. So the last one I had on there, which I think neither of us are going to drink on this one because of maybe what you said earlier, but never have I ever snooped through someone's phone.
No.
You've never snooped through a phone?
No.
Y'all known for doing this.
I'm not that type of...
Nah.
I really just... There are more important things for me to be worried about than to go through your phone.
So let's get into this nonchalantness, because this is killing me a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I had this shorty I was dealing with. Now, sure, she wasn't my girl. It was like a situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, she even wrote me a letter one time in a book talking about, oh, I ain't never thought that I could be feeling this way again. And la, 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 you opened up new things for me. Nah, 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 nah. Okay. Just for like 6 months after that, for like shit to be going rocket, she was like, it's not that serious. It was never that serious. And I'm like,
you know what it never was?
I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, and then you was crying at one point. So it's like, but now you want to act like nothing was ever that important. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is this?
So, like I said, I'm very open book. I'm very transparent. And I tell all my business. I don't be caring. I don't care. Never did. And so, in terms, when I say I'm nonchalant, I am. My mom hates it because I've been nonchalant all my life. So I used to get in trouble. I wouldn't care. I just don't. It's more, I just feel like there's better things I could use my energy towards than to be upset about something I couldn't control. And so, in saying that, due to what your expectation of your situation that you were just explaining, I feel like my ex probably feels that way. Because I did cry. I'm not a crier either, y'all. I'm not a crier, and I cried, and I don't like crying. Like, that's one of my, I don't cry. I don't like it. When I cry, I get mad at myself for crying because crying isn't going to fix it. So why are you doing it? Is how I feel. I feel like other people should be allowed to cry. Like, I was deep into psychology. If I wasn't going to be a singer, I was going into psychology. I was in school for psychology. That was what my degree was going to be in. And so I feel like people should have a chance to explain themselves, to be able to, get things off their chest, because people don't have those outlets. They don't get an opportunity to. And I think mental health is very important because people struggle with things, but because they can't talk about it, it makes it worse. And so, in saying that, the reason being that I feel like I'm nonchalant, or that I don't really, I say that I don't care, or I don't, same situation that you were going through, rather, is, yes, I cared at that time. I was hurt. At that time, I couldn't control my emotions, so I cried. Like, that's the only thing that my body, that was the reaction that I had. After the fact of crying, once I cry, it'd be like, all right, bitch, get yourself together. You doing too much. Calm down. It's not that deep. It is what it is. Keep it pushing.
That phrase is traumatized for me. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. I was deep. We was deep. Now it's not that deep.
It's not. I mean, I feel like.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I feel
Niggas
like
be doing the most. Did you hear? It's not that deep.
See, I feel like, okay.
I'm about to jump off this cliff. All right? And you're going to be the only one in the suicide note. Miss, it's not that deep.
It's
I'm
not
joking.
that. That's not my problem. That's just not my problem. Right? Because I feel like everything can be deep if you make it deep. That sounds so vague. But if you get what I'm saying, you're going to get what I'm saying. Things can be that deep. It can be that deep. But I don't hold anything so tight that it's that deep. Does that make sense? I know anything can happen. I can't control what other people do. I can't control how other people feel. I can't control certain things.
Yeah.
What I can control is what I can control.
Yeah.
And that's me. So I control how I feel. So if something, yes, it might have hurt. Yes, I might want to cry about it. But you know what? In the grand scheme of things, Dominic, you're going to go through more things. Yeah. There's going to be more things that is going to happen that's going to hurt you. It's not that deep.
I have a question for you. It wasn't on the thing, but why Lyneé instead of Dominique?
Why Lyneé instead of Dominique? See, Dominique is my first name. I feel like they're two different people, if you will. I feel like people know Dominique. People know me as like, I'm like, I feel like they're similar. Honestly, my real alter ego personality is Jasmine. That her name is Jasmine.
That's funny.
I've always loved the name. Yes, that's why Sasha Fierce's name is Jasmine. But I just felt like I like the one name thing, like Rihanna, like Beyonce, because you said Madonna. I caught the end of Madonna and said Beyonce, like Madonna, Cher, like the one name. I like the one name thing. Okay,
I see that.
Lyneé is my middle name, and it's a combination. I don't think that's the correct word.
Combination.
Thank you. Combination of my grandmother's middle name, my godmother's middle name, and my grandfather married someone, and that's my grandma. We don't do steps, anything in my family. We're family. It's my grandmother. So my other grandmother, her first name. It's a combination of all three.
Okay.
And so I like my middle name a lot. It's
you.
very pretty. And it's spelled a little differently. Yeah. People, when you think Lyneé, some people typically like, how would you spell Lyneé? Hearing Lyneé. Yeah, because there's so many different ways to spell it, but how would you spell it?
Phonetically, it would be Lanaee. If I was spelling it phonetically.
Okay.
I see Nay, I see Lyneé. All right. But you know what I mean? But Lyne is like.
And don't forget the apostrophe.
Yeah, the apostrophe. Yeah.
That's my little thing. I don't know where that came from, but when I spell my name out, I'm like Lyne, and don't forget the apostrophe at the end, y'all. Don't forget the apostrophe at the end. And because my name is spelled a little differently, like people were like, "Oh, that's a little unique. That's cute."
Yeah.
I like it. Actually, recently I have I'm in this class. Actually, I haven't mentioned this yet, and I feel like I should because shout out to Brandon. Brandon is amazing. Like I'm in this class for vocal performance and stage performance.
Okay.
And it's at Star Factory. Shout out Star Factory and Brandon Smith. And go watch the new season of Love and Marriage in Detroit. Okay, y'all.
Okay. Don't exist, but go ahead. Love and Marriage.
It don't exist. He said Love and Marriage.
I'm not saying the show don't exist, but
no.
The concept.
Yeah. And maybe that's the point of the show.
Yeah.
But yes. Wait, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry. You were saying something about your name being unique.
Oh yes. But after that, where was I in my sentence? I brought up Brandon for a reason, and it was...
You were talking about the show. Maybe you were talking about maybe the names on the show, comparing it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Star Factor, you know what I mean?
Whatever the case may be. I'm just going to go backwards because I don't know where I was going.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're fine. I lose train of thought all the time. It's not you. I be having to repeat words in my head to remember where I was at.
Yeah.
But my name, because it's compiled of the different people who I love in my life, it's what I chose. Yeah, it was like Lyneé is my middle name, and I thought about going by Dominique Lyneé, which is not a bad name. It's not a bad name. I thought about going by Jasmine Lyneé because, like I said, that's my alter ego name. Yeah. And for some reason, I know why I was going into Brandon. He recently, I have a video on my page, and I did a performance for Ribs and R&B Festival. And when he did my recap video, he used the way Beyonce has that accent over her name. He used that. Although my name ends with an apostrophe in real life, I like the way that looks better.
It does.
It looks better. Yes, it looks better. But I like my little tag that I have, the Lyne, and don't forget the apostrophe.
Yeah,
I like it. It's easy. It flows.
Yeah,
and
rhymes. I like it.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And so that's why I mentioned Brandon. So my name, I've been kind of like tossing my name around. I recently met a producer and we were talking, and he introduced himself as his producer name, and he also introduced himself as his real name. Yeah. And when he did so, I was like, my name is Lyneé, and then again, my real name is Dominique, though, And he was like, Dominique Lyneé, like that's a cold name. And so I was like, dang, I thought about that. My friends he was like, we talked about that. Like she originally was thinking about it, but she ended up just going with the one name thing.
I feel you.
And I'm gonna stick with it. I think I'm gonna write it out. Now, if y'all see my name come out with not an asterisk, apostrophe over it, not apostrophe. What is that thing? An accent.
Yeah.
An accent over the E. Y'all don't know nothing. Okay.
Respect to Lyneé. I respect it. I respect the hell out of it. You know what I mean? All right, we're running out. So what I got for you, I gotta get to the other side. All right. So, online dating. Have you ventured at all into online dating?
Of course.
And if so, what is your top go-to dating app?
None of them. Stay off all of them.
Lies. Which one?
No, it's not a lie. Actually, I recently, I haven't been on any dating apps recently. I used to say all the time that I wanted to focus on what I wanted to do and things of that nature. But now that I really have a plan and I have a goal in mind and I'm starting this music thing completely, I really have not. No, I was on what?
What's your favorite?
I've had Bumble. I've had Hinge.
I just got on Bumble.
I've had Facebook dating. I've never had Tinder. I've never been a Tinder girl.
I got
never
Tinder.
gotten to Tinder. Oh, I've had
I was
Black.
with for 5-6 years. I met on. Tinder.
One of my friends is actually a Black successful, they met on Black and they're a successful couple. They're a Black success story.
We need to try that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Black for me has been.
Yeah,
No, thank you. But I don't think I have a favorite. All of them.
My favorite one I got banned off of, and it's because I went a little crazy.
What was your favorite?
Drunk night. You know what I mean? I loved it because of the customization of it. I loved it because it was one of the only ones, it's still the only one I can think of, that allowed you to put a voice note on your profile.
Okay, which is?
You know what I mean? So that we could hear how I'm talking, whatever.
Hinge.
It was Hinge.
Yeah,
it was
I would say it has to be Hinge because Hinge has the voice note. If I remember correctly, Hinge had the voice note.
Hinge was my most successful and they banned me just because I called a couple bitches flat ass and I was making some suggestive comments and I was like, yo, you got no ass, but I'll lay on the floor. You can do squats on my face. I'll help you get it up. I'll say all type of wild shit.
Silly.
Sit on my face type shit. I was going crazy. And I guess a couple of them might have been offended by them saying on the flat. I don't know. I got banned off Hinge, but I feel so bad. Silly.
There's no way you said that to them.
I said, yeah, you can do a squat on the floor. I'll be right there. I gave you reason to do a squat, get your ass up. I was going to help you out. Work out. I was. He
said motivation.
Yeah, I got you. But I was like, nah, it ain't. I got banned off Hinge. Just terrible, bro. So.
I forgot what I was going to say. You're funny. You can do some squats.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Okay, no, I know what I was going to say. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Okay, when I first got onto dating apps, I was probably 18. Okay,
better
because that's how old you really gotta be.
She said probably.
No, because I can't remember if I was 18 or 19, but I remember me and my friends at the time it was okay, I'm broke. I gotta lie. I was seeing all these people talk about sugar daddies and da-da-da this, blah, blah, blah this. And I was like, I don't have it in me, y'all. I don't have it in me, unfortunately. Because I could just be living rent-free, living my best life if I had it in me. But I don't.
Damn sure probably could.
I don't got it in me. I don't have the energy. Like we said earlier, I'm very nonchalant. To be texting people back and I don't really care, it's just not happening. And so that I got on dating apps, really, it was originally because of that. I had a whole different name. I had a different Instagram page set up. I had it all figured out. Knew how I was going to do it. Knew how I was going to whop the bam, bam, boom. Don't nobody got my real name. Don't nobody know who I am. I'm cool.
007 type.
007. How would they know? They're going to know. They never know.
How they're gonna know?
You know?
Yeah.
And so that's originally why I got on dating apps. Then it became, okay, I'll get bored and want to be talking to people. I have a problem. I'm an only kid for the most part. I have siblings, yes, but I'm an only kid for the most part. I lived by myself. And because of that, I used to always be on the phone with my friends, with my cousins. And I like to be on the phone. 9 times out of 10, everybody knows if you catch Dominique's 9 times out of 10 going to be on the phone. She's going to be on FaceTime. Mm-hmm. I'm always on the phone with somebody. And because of that, my friends, they start living their own lives. They start getting in relationships. So now they're spending more time with their significant others and things of that nature. And I'll just be like, okay, I'm just sitting here bored. Like, I ain't got nobody to talk to. And I'm just sitting here like, all my friends busy right now. What am I going to do? Mm-hmm. Hop on a dating app.
Yep. Plenty of attention there for you.
Yep. No real intention. Just talking. Just wanted to yap my gums.
And I feel bad about that because, listen, that's how guys end up saved as in girls' phone as foodie. You know what I mean? I know one guy that kept hollering at this phone. I work at a plant, my day job. And let me tell you something. Plant girls is an automatic red flag.
They are.
If I see a girl work at a plant,
I say plant dudes are too. Wait a second.
All
of the above. Plant workers.
Nah. Because the problem is that I know from plants that
working in it, I don't have that intel.
90% of the population in plants is men.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a lot of women that like working at plant jobs, there's nothing to like about a plant job. They like the attention that they get at every plant because
there's nothing but men there.
Only one of like 20, 30 bitches at best.
And then there's on different shifts.
Yeah, different shifts. And all of them niggas all got jobs and all of them, they be horn dogs. So you got one chick in there. So yeah, you're going to get a lot of attention as a female working at the plant. Yeah. Some women love that attention. You know what I'm saying? I see that as a red flag.
I know some people do, like, speaking from like people, my friends and things of that nature who go into working in a plant and things of that nature, it's the money.
The money too. The money do work.
The money will be. They make more money.
They do.
It's because it's hard labor. Like y'all be lifting stuff. Y'all be. Yeah. I mean, it'd be easy, but it'd be hard because of the capacity, the hours. Yeah, that makes it harder. The actual job task itself, from what I hear, is simpler. Mm-hmm. The task itself is simple, but because of the demand, it makes it that's where the rigor becomes. Yeah. And so. I do know people do get into it because of that, but I had to tell my friend, she had moved up here from Texas. I had to tell her, I said, listen, be careful.
Plant.
But working, if you don't work in a plant and you're messing with a dude from a plant, please know them girls in that plant. So I guess relatively, I'm saying the same thing that you were saying.
Yeah.
They be looking. They're going to be talking. They be having work wives.
It's like being in jail and you allow 10 shorties into the jail. Like
you a pimp.
Yeah, they're gonna be looking at that. Listen, and the dudes and they be doing the most for the shorties though. I ain't gonna lie for you. I ain't gonna lie because they know that there's 30 other dudes that
trying to do the same
shorty,
thing, and it's like we all almost on the same paycheck. Like some people, they got different pay rates because you might come in at $22 an hour, and because you got more experience in this area, you could come in at $25. Exactly. So you make a little bit more money. You don't know what other people she's talking to, so you're trying to one up the next person, but you don't know what you one up in.
Exactly.
So you're trying to do your best.
It's a rough game to get in. I stay away from playing shorties just for that reason. You know what I mean? All right. So damn, we run out of time. All right. So, what's another one? I have here. All right. So, hood niggas versus good niggas. You know what I mean? The Futures versus the Russell Wilsons. You know what I mean? I use Sierra as one of the best
because
examples.
Sierra had Future and then
they got to deal with Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? I know which side I'm. All right, so how do you feel about? Because girls love the bad guy, then they make mistakes. I want a good guy now, which is a guy like me. What I hear is that I'm tired of getting ran through by the gangsters. I want to.
I said, I feel like I'm an odd person to speak to about certain things.
You like Chance the Rapper, so I was
that's
different. Yeah, that's different.
I'm a little different when it comes to a lot of stuff because the general thought process that people have, I don't be thinking about the normal things. I be thinking about random things. And so for me, good guys versus like bad guys, I guess you could say, or what did you say? Hood,
more hood, yeah.
More hood people. I don't really. I think there's a balance.
Okay.
A balance.
So she want Ghost from Power, girl.
I've never even seen Power.
You know what I mean? She want the nigga that killed 10 niggas but trying to change his life around now.
No, not even necessarily. Just like I could take it there, but I don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I have it in me, but I'm not that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like me, like the type of person I am. Like I am. When I was a kid, they tell me I don't remember much of my childhood. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember much of my childhood. But people tell me that when I was a kid, I was mean. And I could never fathom me being mean. It's like, me? I'm a nice person. What are we talking about? But I was mean as a kid. And it's like, I know I have that aggression in me. Most people don't know that. It's like, I can get real irritated and I don't get mad. I don't get upset because I black out when I'm upset. I know that about myself, so I don't do it. But I'm a nice person and people don't expect that from me. But I have it in me. If we got to take it there, we can take it there. But I don't like to go there. Yeah. It takes a lot to get me there.
All right.
So the line, that's what I mean. Like, I can teeter the line of, yeah, she's fun, she's cool, she's happy, she's never mad. Some people might be like, nah, that you ain't seen the real side of. No, it's you took it there, and I had to. Okay, you want to go there? I can go higher. Let's go. Let's play. Mm-hmm. The line. Dangerous. The line.
You know what I always say? It's like they say scientifically for men and women, regardless of the fact that they want to say that women mature faster than men, they maybe do to a certain degree. But at the end of the day, the human brain normally is not done growing until you're 25.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I feel like women reach the peak of their value before they reach the peak of their intelligence. Mm-hmm. You know, so what to do with that value may not be the best decisions versus when they have it, versus when they're 25, got to really, which is the last part to grow with the brain, is the part that calculates future, consequences to actions, that decision-making part of the brain. So the part you need the most, that's the one that takes the longest to grow.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know what I recently found out too? Just random tidbit for y'all. People who have ADHD, their brains take longer to grow.
Wow.
And so I think it was like 30 or something of the nature, but they don't fully develop until, because of the issue, like the cognitive things that come with it. Obviously, it's a cognitive disease. So like,
I have a funny story with ADHD because I got off of them, thank God. But I work a lot. I push a lot. I'm all about productivity. Mm-hmm. So the drug that appealed to me was Adderall. You know what I mean? And there's a website called Done or Done First, something like that. Mm-hmm. And America loves money, so you could go to this website and you could do a Zoom with a doctor, and they based on the interview will diagnose you with ADHD, and if they do, you'll then get a prescription for Adderall. You know what I mean? So
which is so.
I did that. Yeah. So I went through I remember talking to the psychologist, and I remember she was talking to me one time, and she was like, well, bipolar and ADHD have a lot of overlapping things, so I got to rule out bipolarism before. So I'm sitting there in a Zoom meeting like, I got to play the right amount of crazy. I'm like, I'm playing the role of my life. Let me do this just right.
I got to play the minor route of
At the end of the day, I got the Adderall prescription, but I canceled it because I felt like it was like not good for me. Whatever, I stopped it. But at the same time, I was like, technically, I diagnosed for ADHD because I was trying to get it, but I don't think I'm really necessarily.
When I got diagnosed, I was a kid.
Yeah,
I was diagnosed as a kid, and I was playing t-ball or coach pitch, one of them, and I was watching the birds and not the ball. The ball got hit, and they were like, "What were you looking at?" And I was like, "I was watching the birds." Same thing happened when I was playing basketball.
Wow.
I was watching the door. People were coming through the door, and I kept, every time somebody walked through the door, it was somebody walking through the door. Who walking through the door? Yeah. And I was paying attention to the door. I got hit in the head with the basketball and passed out. So,
you might have ADHD, y'all.
No, for real. I'm trying to tell y'all. And a lot of lines with ADHD are crossed with a lot of different mental disabilities. Yeah. So, like you said, bipolar, autism, things of that nature. Yeah. We kind of, the people who have ADHD kind of overlap those things. Mm-hmm. And it's harder. It's hard, I say, for people with ADHD to really, I'm not going to say fit in, because we do fit in. Like, people wouldn't know unless you tell them, for the most part. I mean, unless people, like, be bouncing off the ones, When I was a kid, I was one of them. My friends would be like, you ain't take your medicine today. And I'd be like, how you know?
For real.
And so, but
Addies are different, I'll tell you.
They're for sure different. I actually stopped. Like, I take them every now and then. I still get them. I still prescribe them. Like, I'm not gonna tell you how many milligrams, because I'm gonna tell you how bad my ADHD affect me. I ain't gonna get too much information. But we are kind of falling a little bit. I found that out. I was working in a clinic. I was working in a clinic, and so it was a dude. He came in there talking about his medicine, his Adderall. He needed his Adderall, and his milligram was so low. And I was like, dang, you only take.
Yeah, you barely got problems. You don't know what it's like on this side.
No, like, dang, you only take that many milligrams?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. Then that's when it really came apparent to me that maybe this affects me more than I realized.
Yeah.
But Adderall, it changes a lot of different things, as all drugs do, because it's a drug. It's meant to alter the way that you're functioning.
Yeah.
And so I was, at first when I was in 9th grade, but they switched me over to a different medication called Vyvanse. In Vyvanse, they deemed me anorexic. And it was because of the medicine, but they didn't know it was because of the medicine at the time. I wasn't eating. I didn't have an appetite.
Yeah, I did notice that when I took Adderall for that month, my appetite went
way down.
I almost wanted to keep going because of that. But the main reason why I think I stopped is because it made my breath stink for some reason. My breath was stinking on that Adderall. I don't know what it was. I knew when I would take it, my breath, my whole mouth coming out was different. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, it's probably the release. Like, what were you taking, extended release or immediate? Release. Possibly. Yeah, it could have been.
When I got it on the street, it was the quick release.
It was the IR.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the extended release was different.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to interrupt, but I see the time. So
yeah.
the last question I have for that I was asking everyone is damn. The first question don't matter because you're 21. So normally I ask you, what advice would you give to yourself if you was to your 20-year-old self?
I mean, I do have advice for my 20-year-old self.
What would you tell your 20-year-old self?
I would tell my 20-year-old self to trust the process. I also tell my 20-year-old self to be careful who you're around. I would also tell my 20-year-old self to not be so hard on yourself, because I still feel like I'm hard on myself. My mama told me, she told me earlier today, I want you to start giving yourself more grace in areas because you're young. You're learning things. And I'm very hard on myself.
But part of that's what drives you towards success.
Yes.
That self-analysis helps you make improvements. That drives you to be
100%.
So it's a balance.
100%. Because I feel like I get mad at myself for certain things. And it's like, Dominique, you're still learning.
Yeah.
You're still growing.
You're still learning. You don't have a
and then
fully
even
formed brain
even
yet.
as a Lyneé, it's like, you're new to this completely. This is your first year in this. You don't really know much about this. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to know what you're talking about. You're going to learn information and be like, dang, I kind of feel dumb.
Yeah.
But that's a part of the process. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
God works the way he works for a reason. Things happen for a reason, and just go with it.
Yeah.
And that's how, I am that way now. But as a 20-year-old, I wasn't.
I feel you on that.
So, yeah.
All right. So the other thing I say is that I wish you a very long life. I hope you live very, very long into the future.
Thank you.
I hope one day you 80, 85, talking shit like, yo, back in the day before I am who I am, I was on this nigga podcast, back in the day talking shit in 4K, you know what I mean? Like, I was so if you was 80, 85, watching back this podcast for some reason, what is a message you would want to say to yourself 80?
At 85?
What do you want to say to 80-year-old Lyneé?
I feel like this is going to be so silly. But I'm not going to say that. That sounds so... I have dark humor sometimes. And I was going to say something so messed up. But I'm not going to say that because it's the camera here. But Dominique, Lyneé, whatever you're going about at this time, what would I say to my 80-year-old self? I've never been asked that question. What would you say to
It's like a time
I was like,
capsule.
people say future self, but when I think future, I think like I'm only 21. So I'd be thinking like 25, 26, 30.
Yeah.
Future. Never 80. 80-year-old, I hope you've done everything you have wanted to do. All the goals you've wanted to reach. And even if you haven't, you still have the time to. Just because you're 80-something years old, don't mean that you can't go live your life.
Who knows?
Go live your life. Yeah. You know what I mean? There are people who are 80 and fully functional. There are people who are 80 and feel the youngest they have ever felt in their lives. Do your thing. Do your big one. At all times. And as you know, live life lavishly,
I love it.
Be happy. Be you. That's all. That's what I would tell my 80-year-old self.
I love that.
Stay true to yourself.
Well,
Trust in God.
I respect that. I want to thank you very much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I have something to say too.
Sure.
One more thing. Actually, a kind of announcement. I guess it's kind of like a special. I don't think I said it yesterday at the fashion show. I'm releasing a song on my birthday, October 4th of this year. So October 4th, 2024.
October's very own. Nah.
Yeah. I call it Domtober, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. It's called Domtober. I say October to be nice to the rest of the Libras and Scorpios.
gonna stop. Go ahead.
I'm dominating the month. Oops, it's empty. I'm dominating the month. Okay, it's Domtober. Okay, but I'm releasing a song October 4th. Stay tuned. Go follow me on my socials.
Go follow us.
Yes. Lyneé, Lyneee official _ okay.
Yeah. October 4th. That's a good amount of time away from now. You know,
yes,
maybe hopefully one day we'll have a part 2 one day in the future. You know,
and I'll give you a little bit more information. I'm actually dropping an EP too in February.
Amazing.
I'm dropping an EP too in February. I was going to announce that on my birthday. I was going to do a release party for my birthday.
You did, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, you did a fantastic job on the podcast, and I just want to thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
No problem. I appreciate you coming on. You know what I mean? With that, come on. Yeah, with that, y'all already know how I do every podcast, man. Listen, there's a lot of places your ears could be. I'm honored they chose to be with me. When in doubt, use calm honesty to express your vision. And most of all, thanks for listening.